Let's do this, Cobbs. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. Marius, Megamask, and Divide Phoenix are the first people in the chat. Good lord. On time like usual. Okay, all right. Megamask in the same thumbnail. Divide says, "Hey Steve, have you seen the recent comment I left in your video? Basically, I said use the Super Soul from Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the one that boosts all Kamehameha ultimates with Beast or Super Saiyan Blue or Blue Evolved, and it will do a crap ton of damage." Wait, does that work with this Super Kamehameha? There's no way. Wait, it stacks? I thought it was only for regular Oh, no, I gotta check that. Now. Regular Super Saiyan Blue, because Evolved is like too much. I did not think that would stack. Hello everyone, hello. Hi guys in the chat. I want to check something real quick. That Super Soul came out when Fused Zamasu came out, so somewhere back here. Oh, yes, I ain't losing. Here's my full power. It does. What? Okay, well, now I'm curious. Hello. The goats. Hello, guys. I cannot believe we're in a time where Xenoverse 2 is still better than Sparking Zero. It's very tragic, because I'm going to be honest, as someone who always was preaching Sparking Zero will mog Xenoverse 2. Sparking Zero will make Xenoverse 2 irrelevant. Finally, we can play a different game. I have to eat my own words. I was just straight up wrong. Like, it gets to a point where, you know, you're allowed to have your opinion if you want, but if Sparking Zero was that much more successful than Xenoverse 2, we wouldn't have this conversation to begin with. Like, straight up, we wouldn't. And it's not like a few insane people think this. A lot of people believe this.
Let's get this going.
A lot of people. Xenoverse just better than Sparking. Sadly, it does seem like that is the case. I've played this game for 9 years over time. Is this DLC plus the last one worth coming back? And I don't think Future Saga Chapter 2 is worth coming back for. That one was actually bad. Like, that one was trash. But this DLC, I think, is worth playing. And if one of my characters is level 140, is it worth grinding to 60? Well, if I'm being honest, you can't really grind levels anymore. The level gaps are so big now that you technically can't grind them. You have to just spend money. Saying grind is the wrong word, because I genuinely believe it's not grindable. You actually do just have to spend money. Now, there is one Super Soul that's coming out. It's not out yet, but when it comes out, that might actually let you grind XP again when it comes out, because it will give a 7 times XP bonus. But that's not out yet. It's probably a raid Super Soul. We're just going to have to wait for it to release. Sparking Zero is so dead now in terms of content. Yeah, sadly, it's extremely, like, dead. All right, let me see this. So, oh my god, that does stack. Holy shit. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. My biggest issue with this move is that people still just limit burst casually while you're doing it. But that is still strong regardless. That makes me wonder. Let me just check something out real quick. Guard. Okay. Boom. Oh, that doesn't hard knockdown. I'm stupid. That doesn't hard knockdown. Okay. But that would kill. That's overkill, if anything. Okay. Raw, Steed streams in 2 consecutive days. Did I stream yesterday? I don't think I streamed yesterday. Wasn't it the day before yesterday?
All right.
YouTube tell me on Steve is live. Damn. All right. I don't blame you. So I'm testing something right now because Megamask left behind was it Megamask? No, it was Divide Phoenix. Divide Phoenix left behind a very good suggestion. This stacks. And I didn't know that. Had I known that, I would have definitely put it in the video. But now I'm going to have to make a separate video on this when the time is right. Ooh, okay. It actually still hits even if you're waking up into it. I didn't notice that. That's actually very interesting. It does. I don't think it does that online because the lag is too thick. Okay. See, the 1250. Why are you streaming? Shh. Silence. Silence. Okay. So if I do the limit burst, because this has the attack up benefits. Boom. Oh, that's gonna one shot. Yeah. I'm gonna take a guess and say that would probably do like 3 point. I say 3 point. That'd do like 34,000 maybe. I want to say 33,000 most likely, but maybe 34. We need a character with way more HP though, and it has to be. It needs to be a Broly that doesn't have a defense buff. I think he's got more health.
Hear me.
Hear me. You go near my father, you die. Rebrand, no. The reason I don't use Rebrand for tests is because Rebrand Super Soul counts as ultimate attacks. If you use an ultimate attack on Rebrand, she gets a massive damage reduction. Yeah, no, HP in this game definitely needs to be reworked because you die way too easy in this game. Okay, Super Saiyan Blue. Then we Limit Burst. And then full power. Boom. Okay. 33, 34? Yeah, 33. Okay. Nearly 34, but that nearly one-shot Broly. Holy crap. It's a shame. I wish you could use Limit Bursts in combos. Not when you're... Okay. I think I've said this before, right? Limit Burst shouldn't work when you're getting hit. In my opinion, Limit Burst should be like... You stamina break your enemy, and as you're comboing them, you activate the Limit Burst, and then you can just do the ultimate attack. You know what I mean? Like, Limit Burst should have, like, faster activation if used in the middle of a combo, but they should disable it when you're being hit. I think that would make Limit Bursts peak, if you could use them while you were comboing enemies. Because then you could actually... There's so many offensive Limit Bursts in the game that don't... Buffs the Death Beam, buffs the Kamehameha, buffs to this, buffs to that. They all go unused because... You can't use Limit Burst when you're attacking people, but when you are getting attacked, yeah, now it makes sense. That's extremely dumb game design. Like, look at this. Nope. It should be the other way around. I have 15 bars of stamina. I think I can manage not being able to Limit Burst when I'm attacked. If I can't do that, then I deserve to lose. You know? Limit Burst should definitely be an offensive mechanic. It should have a quicker activation if you use it in a combo, and a normal activation if you don't use it in a combo, right? But when you're being hit, you shouldn't be able to use it straight up. That would make everyone enjoy Limit Burst. There wouldn't be any Limit Burst haters. People would be okay with it. But either way, let's surely we'll stop at 20 DLCs, right? 10 years later, Xenoverse to DLC 30. Bro, if they only dropped 10 DLCs in 20 years, that would actually be bad. Oh, no, okay. No, if they only dropped 10 DLCs in 10 years, that would be bad. In my opinion, Rebrand took up too much screen time and Tournament of Power. Oh, yeah, no, everyone would agree with that. I would like it if it couldn't be used when you're God broken. Okay, yeah, Limit Burst while you're being hit, that's pretty BS, sure. But it being used while you're God broken is not fair at all in the slightest. That is just BS. That is extreme BS. Who knows if they'll ever fix this? Because they still haven't fixed key cancelling, even though key cancelling, like, affects most of the issues in this game. Like, key cancelling is most of the issues in this game. Derek donated $5 super chat. Steve, yesterday, Star Wars Battlefront 2 Resurgence Day. People are flooding back to the game. Now, it's actually pretty fun to return to it. Oh, that's very nice to hear. Thanks so much for the $5 donation also, Derek. The people are coming back to Battlefront 2. That's very nice to hear. I don't feel like I'm centered to the camera. Okay, there we go. I feel like my room is... Okay, my room isn't too dark. It's my camera. I just have to be patient. They fixed the Freeze Up Ray Stamina Break combo. They won't fix the Limit Bursts. Truly. Oh, wait, hold on. We should check. How many points do I have on the raids? Because, look, guys, hear me out. Xenoverse 2, you guys all here, so I want you to listen. You who turned the volume all the way down so you could do something else in the background, turn the volume back up. I need you to hear this. And I'm not going to yell in the mic, I swear. First of all, leave a like on the stream. Okay. Second of all, I don't want to hear anybody complaining when the raid Super Soul is broken as hell, going, I didn't have enough points to get the raid Super Soul. We're going to do the raids now. If you're playing the game on Xbox, boot it up. If you're playing it on PlayStation, and I'm not there with you, still boot it up. Because when you get that, when that Raid Super Soul drops, and you are like, oh, this would have been perfect for my build, guess why you didn't get it? That was your own choice. That was your own decision. So, I'm going to make a... actually, we should go on Myra. I'm going to make a Raid preset with Myra, since she does way more Ki Blast damage anyways. We need to have pink health in this game? Oh, yeah, 100%. I think it's dumb that you die in one stamina break in this game. Like, I think every character in this game can die in one stamina break. Steve, even Rebrand, you just said she has ultimate attack resistance. Yeah, because there's so many fucking broken super attacks, you could just kill her with one of those instead. So yeah, this game really should... Like, let's be real. Why does this game have pink health bars? To my knowledge, pink health bars were not used until literally maybe this DLC and the last one. Right? The game has had pink health bars since launch, but the highest any health bar could get to was green. It couldn't even get to dark green. It was just green. Couldn't get to dark green, couldn't get to light blue or dark blue, couldn't get to fucking purple or pink. They did the Budokai health bar system, where the health bar is white at max, and it goes down the colors as you go. But the health bars they've never given us access to those higher health bars. Like, think about it. I stamina break you, I take away 3 or 4 health bars in one ultimate attack. That would be fine because you have like 6 in reality, right? Or 7, however many like purple health bars are. You know, it makes fights go on for longer, it makes fights more fair, etc., right? How many health bars return pink? I actually don't remember the number. But here's a good example, right? You fight someone, they use Limit Burst and Thank You Dragon Balls, and they're also in Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, so they have damage reduction. They're using the Do or Die super attack. They're doing a bunch of stuff to keep their defenses as high as possible and give themselves as much health as possible. Okay. If someone using all of that against you does all of that shit, they can only do that once in how long that fight would go on for. Meaning, if you're just better than them, you would always end up beating them. But because the health bar is so limited to being 3 health bars and barely 4 for some characters, they do that once and they basically get 2 lives. They get 2 rounds and 2 lives. You get 1. Sometimes they get 3 lives, depending on if they're in a Namekian or if they have excess HP or just a shit ton of iframes, right? In a game where you, as a player, only has 1 life, your enemy could have 2 with Limit Burst, 3 with Thank You Dragon Balls, potentially 4 if they're a Namekian regenerating, right? It's just not fair. The only solution to this would be to give everyone bigger health bars. Because then the amount of health people would be gaining from Thank You Dragon Balls and Limit Bursts would be infinitely less. Because it's based around the set amount of health. It would be infinitely less. And also, they would only be able to do this once. So even if they stamina break you back, they don't get to just win the game. They have to now take off the other, like, 3 or 4 bars or even 2 bars that you have left. And you're confident in your speed and your skill. So you're like, hey, it's fine if they did that. Now it's my turn. I'm going to clap back. And when I clap back, I'm clapping back hard as hell. And they won't have another Thank You Dragon Balls. They won't have another Limit Burst. They're just mine. Nobody would hate that. Nobody would hate that. That would make the game way more favorable. That would make the game way more enjoyable. That'd make the game way more playable. Maybe in the sense of parallel quests, they'd have to up the damage on every single PQ enemy. Sure. Since they don't hit super hard outside of a few parallel quests, right? But overall, I think it would be good for the game itself, especially since I'm not saying the end game. I think this game is 50-50 on PvP and PvE stuff. That's all I'll say. Xeno Coffee, thanks so much for the $2 donation. Steed Cocoa Melon stream when? Unfortunately, never Xeno Coffee. But, yeah. If you had the Ki Blast build and the SJ4 Daima and Mini Goku Daima skills on it, you would do a lot of damage, sure, but you still wouldn't kill someone in one combo. Like you can now. You can kill someone in one combo of like Energy Wave combo in this game. Fucking full power Energy Wave. Super Kamehameha. Bro, one of the easiest combos to do in this game that does a fuck ton of damage is double Super Kamehameha. And almost every character in the game can do it. It's so laughably free. It's one of the best combos in the game. Almost everybody can do it. I need Super Guard, just in case. Yes. I hate building for, like, raids. Because just a bunch of moves you'll never actually end up using. But you have to because... Yeah, lol. Are you going to do more Xeno streams now? I'm only doing it because the DLC is out. Normally I wouldn't stream Xenoverse 2 this much. So, yeah. Do you know what the Super Soul does? I have not checked up on all the raid Super Souls, and not to mention the translations are always rough, because you have to remember, it's the Japanese website that you have to rough translate to English. And Super Souls are quotes, so they always get bastardized when you translate them. It's always really hard to make out what they are. So I'm recommending you just do every raid anyways. If it's a new raid, like, oh, it's a raid against SJ4 Daima Goku, just do it. If it's a raid against Belmods, just do it. Any of these characters that haven't had raids before, just do it. So, yeah. You see the videos I made on the DLCs? Oh, I've seen them in my recommended. I haven't actually watched them yet because I'm too busy also making videos on the DLCs. But I'll have to get around to them when I can. I got a mod review coming up on my birthday, June 7th. Ooh. Alright, gotta get that date down on the calendar. Gotta get that on the calendar. Thanks so much for the update, Xeno Coffee. Okay, I'm glad I could say this now without being attacked by an angry mob. What did you say? LeBron James Brenner account. Sparking Zero is horrid. Yeah, Sparking Zero is in a super unfortunate place. I try to not be too mean to Sparking Zero because it's still the newest Dragon Ball game we have available. But, like, it gets to a certain point where you have to be honest and say, this is not a very good deal. For how... I mean, I'm not going to say we wasted long because in reality, we only wasted like a year and a half, right? They said the game was in development for 5 years, but we didn't know about it until, like, it was a year and a half away from coming out. So in reality, we didn't wait that long. Oh, what's my Super Soul? Crap. I need to make sure it's also good for a raid. Ooh. Power, a lot of power. The Turbo Super Soul is... No, here's what I hate about the Turbo Super Soul. Turbo Super Soul just... No, actually, you know what? Raid bosses do so much damage that the Turbo Super Soul doesn't do anything. It basically isn't a debuff, because raid bosses do that much damage. And there we go. Okay, cool. Now, something I do want to test real quick. How do you think pink health bar would work for CACs? I would say every CAC should probably have the health bar maybe in dark green at 0. Dark green, maybe light green at 0. And when you get to like 200 HP, every CAC would touch pink somewhat, to some degree, right? Higher health races like Namekians and Margins would have a full pink bar. Like it would be completely maxed out. And maybe lower health races like the females of the game would have like lower pink bars or something, right? Because actually that's what I wanted to show. I wanted to show you don't get a defense boost, but you don't have that much health either. Actually, you know what? That's a good example. He has like average Xenoverse health, right? Let me find someone who has average Xenoverse health. Beast Go. Does Beast Go 1 take bonus damage? No, that's only. Okay, he has more health. We'll use him. Safe. Abara looks fine in that fit. I'm glad because you'll never see it ever again. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. Oh my God, Alejandro donated $10 super chat. Hey, Steve, hope you're doing good, amigo. When are we gonna get a max key? 0 points into everything else built. Oh, never. 0 points into everything else built for Xenoverse 2. Might as well embrace the meme. Nah, because that's gonna be painfully unfun to play. That's the issue. And there's no rewards for it. The reward isn't continuing to play the game because that's not fun either. So I don't think I can do that, Alejandro. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for $10. Thanks so much for $10 donation. I just knocked over my drink, but I cannot do that either. IC donates $5. Said, did the re-downloading this? I'll just be ready to relearn my rivals made soon. Oh yeah, have some money. Oh, thanks so much, IC. Okay, so let's see. I want to see in a short stamina break, how much damage can I get out by just going for double super Kamehameha. Okay, the second Kamehameha won't connect in a short stamina break. Actually, if I don't do a heavy stamina break, because they have end lag, so let's see. Oh, that might be slow, actually. No, right, slow. Okay. But look at the damage, though. 2 health bars off of that nothing combo. Okay. And now let's break guard. Boom. There's one. And then he's falling to the ground. And there's the second one. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and that's one of the most standard combos in the game. Double Super Kamehameha has always been one of the most standard combos in the whole game. Just turn recovery off. Yeah, but I want to actually measure it with actual stamina recovery time as well. Okay, so if we do something like this, where we get the hard knockdown, then we do it, he'll just be dead. And this is the more traditional way it's done anyways. AIs and the iframes always baffle me. He gets up from the ground and then also jumps, and he's full of iframes, and that's offline. That's fucking gross. Well, utterly starving for Zam content. You'll never have it. I'd still rather just pump Final Flash Diamond than use 2 Super Kamehamehas. No, I get your point, but Final Flash Diamond is like the newest move ever that came out. I'm using a move that came out when the game came out. When Xenoverse 2 came out, Super Kamehameha was always an option, and it's this effective at killing people in this game. Like, Ultra Instinct Goku can do the easiest combo in the game. Look, Ultra Instinct Goku can literally just do that to you. Why use Godly Display? That shit barely kills anyways. Just use 2 Super Kamehamehas. That's a launch day move, and it's that strong. So if launch day ultimate attacks are that fucking strong now, there's no reason we can't have more HP. I used 6 bars of stamina to do over 30k of damage. No, 6 bars a key, so you do over 30k of damage. That's disgusting. I mean, yeah, okay, using Bender Kamehameha 6 times probably does do more damage, but you have to take into account the amount of time all of that takes as well. I will make an executive order to make Steam make a Zam video if elected into parliament. I mean, when I do my video on the strike supers, maybe I'll get a 160 Zam since female margins still do the most strike damage, right? I'm pretty sure that hasn't been refuted. Female Earthlings... No, was it female Earthlings? I think it was female Earth... No, I actually don't remember. I think it was female Earthlings or Freezers do the actual highest key damage, but female Saiyans have Super Vegeta, so that narrows it down. And female margins do the actual highest strike damage, not male Earthlings. So, let's create a room, actually. Let's do that. 5 players? Yes. Wait, are we just able to use Daima for Kamehameha into Kaioken Kamehameha? Yes? Yes, that should also be an option. You need Super Guard and many capsules. By the way, why many motherfuckers doesn't have capsules? I think a lot of people just forget to re-equip capsules after running out of capsules. There's either a bunch of people who never equipped them because they've never been necessary in the game. Or there's too many people who used up all their capsules and they're too lazy to restock them because that would mean having to go through more menus on this game. So they just don't. Boom. That's cool. Okay. I joined, give me 30 seconds. A Godly Display probably works with Daima Vegeta's AoE move. That's a good point. Because Vegeta's AoE move has really... The knockback is, like, short. It's, like, a very short knockback. It's, like, a slow knockback, too. Meaning the enemy isn't moving too fast to drop out of a combo. So you're actually right. That might actually work. But here's the issue. Vegeta's move takes 2 key bars. Then Godly Display takes 5 just to activate. So you need 7 key bars minimum to activate it. And then whatever remaining key you have over will transfer over to the full damage of the move. So that's maybe far too much key spent. Probably far too much key spent. I was mad about something before the stream started, and I wanted to rant about it with you guys, but I can't remember. Okay, since I don't remember what it is, I'm just going to go through random topics in my head. 1. I like the Xenoverse Zone 0 anniversary awards. As someone who usually doesn't give a fuck about gacha anniversary awards, because to my knowledge, it's a company. They're just doing their best to screw me over. So if I don't get good shit in my rewards, I wouldn't even be surprised. I'm not the kind of person who gets mad when Wuwa or when Genshin's first anniversary happened, the rewards were fucking dog anus, because I've always thought, hey, they just want my money anyways. So of course they're not going to give me the best rewards possible. But Xenoverse Zone Zero's rewards are actually good. Like, as someone who doesn't care about anniversary rewards, I think they're quite generous. That's my opinion, bro. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Second thing I wanted to randomly bring up. No new One Punch Man manga chapter. Today is a good day. Third thing I wanted to bring up. Hassan got banned on Twitch. He's probably unbanned right now as I'm speaking because I haven't checked. I woke up to hearing he got banned. I don't know what for because it's very inconsistent. I think it was for the manifesto thing, actually. Never mind. He was reading like some insane guy's manifesto. It's probably going to be 24 hours, and if it's not 24 hours, at most, like 3 days. Because 1, the CEO of Twitch loves him. 2, Twitch wants money and he brings in money. Even if you hate your son, you have to admit this is objectively true. He brings the company money, and obviously you want money. You who's watching the stream right now want money. So they're obviously, they're gonna play favorites. And 3, if they don't unban him, he will just move to YouTube. I mean, if he moves to YouTube, he will get slaughtered. He will get farmed daily. He would have to do a Lotia God and just DMCA everyone's videos because he would get farmed hourly, minutely, secondly if he moves to YouTube. And Twitch doesn't want to lose that money, so they won't. It's going to be 3 days max. That's how I think it's going to go. If I said you got a permanent ban, until I get like concrete, definitely yes, this happens, I'm not going to believe it. And even if it does say that, he's probably got an alt account somewhere farming rage bait by saying, more people should die. Also, America, I hate America. Guys, I'm from the UK. You know I don't give a shit about America whatsoever. But it's just kind of fucking weird that guy makes his entire personality hating America. I'm from the UK and I don't make my entire personality hating America. How the fuck does that happen? What else do I want to rant about today? Who needs One Punch Man when you got Kagurabachi? I hope you're not saying that One Punch Man and Kagurabachi are of the same tier, because if you are, I'm going to digivolve into Skull Greymon, and you're going to see a giant missile head towards your house. Rant about Cross Versus. Cross Versus admittedly was kind of fun when it happens, but the issue with Cross Versus is just like every other game mode in Xenoverse. You need human beings to play it. I also think Cross Versus is slightly unbalanced. It's actually easier to just farm the starting area than it is to beat the boss. Because the boss's AI is fucking nuts. They can actually do stamina breaks. And ultimate attacks in the right spot. Steve, look at me right now. I am Endeavor right now. Are you truly the GOAT? That reminds me. I was watching. I have to say watching, because I only showed up later when the fights actually started. I was watching the newest My Hero movie with some friends. In a call. Legally, in case if anyone's watching. In a call. And I said, one of my friends hates Endeavor. And he knows that I love Endeavor. And I know he hates Endeavor. So whenever Endeavor was on screen, it was just us having a shouting competition. He would go, oh, it's... And then I would go, it's my GOAT. Right? I actually like Endeavor. I'm okay with people hating Endeavor too. By the way, it's just weird when they hate Endeavor and then glaze the League of Villains. That's fucked up. That doesn't make any sense. That literally doesn't make any sense. I get that Endeavor's crime is maybe more relatable because more people, you know, relate to domestic abuse than other things. But are you saying that someone who's had a family member murdered by a criminal should hate Endeavor more? Because they relate more to how much they hate the League of Villains in that case, right? And also, one crime is obviously way worse than the other, let's be real. I like Endeavor mostly. One, his character's eccentric. He's kind of an energy-filled character the first time you see. I mean, first he's just being a big brooding dickhead, right? But then when Todoroki uses his fireside quirk for the first time, and you guys would know that's like my favorite My Hero scene. Todoroki uses his fireside quirk for the first time, and Endeavor's like, "Oh, Shoto! Shoto!" I think that's cool and funny. Then I do like how Todoroki's beef with him is genuine. It's not just, oh, Papa, I forgive you. I think Todoroki hates him a little too much, but at the same time, I'm not going to say Todoroki is unjustified, and I do like that he hates his dad. Second of all, Endeavor doesn't try to, like, fix the family or anything back together. He kind of knows that his actions are, like, beyond fixing. I do like how he does his best by just being a better person. That's the most you can ask of people, right? Just be the best person you can. If you make mistakes, or even if you fuck up greatly, horrible shit, but the most you can do is just become a better person. You know, learn from this. As human beings, we were lucky enough to develop the ability of evolution. That's something animals don't get that. You want to know why? Animals will attack each other, it'll go horribly wrong, and then they'll go, damn, let me try that again. As a human being, that shit goes wrong once, and you kind of learn from it. You kind of go, okay, I can't really do this. That's not the way this world works. I can't just go around biting niggas. You know? Animals don't have that benefit. We have that benefit. So I like seeing genuine growth. There's just a bunch of reasons I like Endeavor, but yeah. I guess it's the same reason I like Rexplode and a bunch of other characters. I like Bakugo, despite how much I talk shit about him. Bakugo is like my second favorite My Hero character, even though all I do is shit talk. So, yeah, I like Bakugo more than I like Todoroki. My top 3 is Endeavor, Bakugo, and Todoroki. I think people excuse villains genociding people because half of the bodies are random. Oh yeah, 100%. It's way easier to forgive crimes when the crimes are happening to nobodies. You know what I mean? It's the same reason how in Invincible you don't care about every death because it's happening to fucking random civilian 187 and not Atom Eve. You know what I mean? If Atom Eve was a random stray, you'd go, oh fuck, but she's not. So you're like, oh, that's just crazy. It's crazy what they be doing to them civilians anyways. We love our redemption arcs, we do. Want to know who my favorite My Hero character is? One in Lemillion, I could never guess who it is. I'm gonna take a gander and say All Might. That shit broke my stamina on one hit. I was not prepared for that. Oh my goodness. Have you watched Freyon recently? I've watched the first 2 episodes, but I'm lazy as fuck. So, yeah. Why do I have to spend TP medals to put Prilocus on easy each time? Because... Fuck you, that's why. Boom, boom, boom. I just touched Platinum and Rivals and went on a losing streak. How are we doing? Oh, you must be in like a dark time right now. Can you show or tell us what Myra's attributes are? I guess, because I do want to change them anyway, so I'll show that. Actually, you know what? I'll show it to you if we hit. I was gonna say 100 likes, but we're actually almost there. You guys are going crazy with the support right now. I guess I'll just show it to you. I'll show it to you after one of these raid runs, I guess. We don't have to for them to do. Can you get bored, please? Solo Leveling really won anime of the year. Oh yeah, I remember hearing that. Which other animes came out? Which other animes were in the nominations? I heard Freyren was there, but to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm very fucking stupid. Did Freyren not come out in 2023, or am I just actually a moron? Freyren feels really fucking old to me. Not really old, but it feels like it's. Someone let me know, because again, I'm a buffoon. Freyren gets glazed a lot too, so I'm surprised Solo Leveling won that. Like, in my opinion, Freyren is actually good, but I do think it does get glazed a lot. Solo Leveling doesn't even get glazed. It's openly hated, but it shows that people just want nice action scenes, especially if they're delivered or communicated with some level of decency. Most damage? Hell yeah. Freyren and Dandan were in competition. It should have been a sweep for them. Yeah. Freyren was pitched against Solo Leveling and lost. Yeah, Sung Jin-woo is simply just stronger than that old elf hag. Get over it. My goat Jin-woo. It won best OST? Okay, in all fairness to Solo Leveling, the openings do slap. No, sorry. The first opening sucks cock. The second opening is very good. And I'll be honest, I don't remember the outro. No, I think the first and second outro are both good. I remember liking that. But the rest of the music, I can't say I remember too well, I'll be honest. I can't say I remember the rest of the music too well in Solo Leveling. Freyren I haven't finished, so I can't give my opinion, but I imagine the music would have to be very good because most of the show is character moments. Same thing with One Punch Man. How most of the show is character moments, so it's not actually getting carried by animation because most of the time you're just watching people be people. It's not following a plot like collect the 7 Dragon Balls so Bulma can make her fucking wish. Or you need to beat Demon King Piccolo now, so hurry up and do that, nigga. You know, it's way more character driven than story driven or plot driven or action driven. No, Steve, it's like the OST in general. The openings are a separate category. Oh, and no Solo Leveling season 1. What the fuck? Ugh. Okay, no, Solo Leveling should have lost that. I haven't even heard all of Freyren's OST, but Solo Leveling season 1 shouldn't have won that. Steve will never know how lucky he is having followers like us who support him. That's true. No, you guys are right. Thank you so much for that comment, Milklander. I'm very fortunate to have you guys as my fan base. I could have had, okay, let me not name names because that sounds like I'm just being a dick and picking on people. But I could have had any other fan base. I actually like the one I have. Jinwoo solos all of Freyren, so I don't get why they say he should have lost against the other animes. Jinwoo beats everyone in Freyren, so that means his anime is the best anime. It would win because it is yes. That is true. Very correct. I'm afraid to watch Freyren. Sounds like step mother in a 12-year-old body. Am I a buffoon? I think I'm watching Freyren in Japanese. I should be watching in English because I do like English dub Freyren's voice, but I am watching it in Japanese for some. I guess because Netflix sets it. Netflix's default is Japanese, and I honestly don't give a fuck. I don't mind reading, so I'm just like, yeah. Tell me about something about Sung you can remember. He has aura. He arrives late to the fight, so he can get more aura. Oh, he increases his aura when he fights more guys. Let's see. Yes, he could summon more guys as well to add to his aura, because they all give him a nice profile shot, where he's posed up like this, and Igris is posed up like this, behind him. What else? Yeah, there you go. That's it. I don't know. That's all I really need. It's funny to think because I think One Punch Man fans would actually like solo leveling, unironically. Like manga One Punch Man fans would actually love solo leveling. I'm being serious. I think if you're a manga One Punch Man fan, you have no reason to hate solo leveling. It's literally the exact same fucking thing. Venutron Style said, "Deadass, you're probably one of the most grateful YouTubers or streamers ever seen." That's a very nice comment, Neutron Style. I don't know. I guess I've been humbled by life. I say that like this from fucking 50. But I think I've lived life long enough to know that you should kind of just be grateful for what you have. I'm not saying you should be grateful for everything you get. Like if someone shits in your food, you shouldn't go, "Well, you could have blew me up, so I guess this is fine." Like no, that obviously not. But if a good thing happens to you, if you get lucky, or if you manage to make it by, especially when you come out of hard scenarios, I think you can only be grateful of that. You shouldn't be like, "What the hell? I should be more fortunate, even more fortunate than I am now." Like I think that goes into the realm of being a bit greedy. Then again, I feel like I don't know. I am just genuinely grateful to have you guys. That's it. Like I understand most of my fan base is like Dragon Ball stuff, and most time I'm not even talking about Dragon Ball things. So it would be normal to be like, I should have a different fan base that's not a Dragon Ball fan base. But I can't be mad. I actually still like Dragon Ball, despite how much things I may say about it. I love Dragon Ball. I watched Daima as the episodes were coming out straight up. Not some fake shit where Super Saiyan 4 Goku came out. No, I was watching all of it because I love Dragon Ball. Honestly, I should have made videos on every single Daima episode. I should have made videos just silly talking about the episodes. You know what? Next time they do a Dragon Ball thing, maybe I'll do that. But I like Dragon Ball. I like you guys. Even if Dragon Ball's in a very rough place right now, doesn't mean I'm gonna give a, like what I play Monster Hunter. I could just dip and just go to the Monster Hunter community if I want to, or do some other fucking easy shit. I'm not saying that's disingenuous. I shouldn't say easy. No content creation is actually easy. And I'm gonna say this. This might be a tiny bit controversial. Very controversial topic maybe right now. I think no content is easy because you have to also tackle the basis of a fan base. Even reaction content could be difficult if the fan base itself goes, "We don't fucking want this. Stop giving it to us." You could say it's easy. Sure, it's easy to make the video, but no one's watching it because that's not what they want to see. Content creation in general is just difficult. It becomes easier when your fan base is more accepting of things. A good example is Afrosendry. Afrosendry can make a video on anything and it'll do well, right? Because he has a fan base that loves him and who he is as a person rather than the topics he covers. And I think that's a good way to do YouTube. By the way, that's some advice to you. If you do want to do YouTube, don't do what I did. I kind of just played a bunch of Dragon Ball shit and was like just Dragon Balling. I was just balling. This motherfucker balling. Try and make it more about you as a person, but not like egocentric or have like a fucking 7-minute intro like Corey Kenshin. You can't do that yet. No one can do that yet. I think Corey Kenshin is like the only human being other than like maybe PewDiePie who could do that. But try and make content creation more about getting yourself across to the viewer. Because when the viewer goes, "Damn, I like this guy," they'll just watch anything at that point. They'll just watch anything. Because the other side of this is that you could be... No, let me not name names. We're being positive. Let me not name names. It'd be really easy to go, "Hey guys, let's talk about a guy everyone hates like fucking Hassan or Rice Gum," right? But I think you guys get what I mean. Your personality does sell the audience on you. And they'll go, "Hey, I like this guy, so I'll watch him." Did I press leave? Okay, I thought I pressed leave room. Oh my god. How am I doing, Steve? I'm doing fine, thank you so much for asking. DBZ and us is basically the old married couple that everyone still wonders how we're together. Basically, yeah. At this point, PewDiePie's like the... We're gonna get fucking PewDiePie cells. Every YouTuber's gonna have PewDiePie cells. I love watching Steve, but I don't like watching Xenoverse too. That's fair. I'm annoyed we added solo leveling to Union Arena, the one-card game I enjoy playing. Damn. I mean, solo leveling's popular now. And that's like, solo leveling is popular. I'll probably collab with anything. Get ready to start seeing solo leveling in your favorite media. Don't forget, Toei, or was it Bandai recently, said that they'd be open to making Dragon Ball collab shit. Now, when they said this, I'm going to be honest. I don't think they meant Dragon Ball exclusively. I think they meant Bandai products. or Toei owned products. I can't remember which company it was. If it's Toei, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Digimon, etc. If it's Bandai, then like any anime game, any anime merchandise. You know. Didn't show the attributes. I'll show them next time. How would you make it about you? How would you make content creation more about you as a person than the topic? I think the best way to do that. Slow down. Let my brain think. My brain a wee bit slow. I think the best way to do that would be how you come across in videos, or what kind of energy you give, or what you have to offer to the viewers. I'll use 2 examples: Moist Critical and Corey Kenshin. Moist Critical, you guys will know for the longest time. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, Critical. He just had a very chill, easygoing attitude with him. He was just quiet. He just did his own thing. He never really showed emotion, but he never came across as boring because he always had something to say. He could come out with the energy of like, your grandpa who just woke up. He could have the energy of your grandpa who just woke up, but then the shit he'd be saying would be like, yeah, this game really pisses me off. Kind of reminds me of the time I had an anal evacuation. That's an angry video game nerd joke. I don't know why I applied it to Critical, but you know what I mean. You can always add something to spruce up a very low energy character. If you feel like you're not someone who comes off as loud or yelling or being full of personality, let's say, you can always make it come off across by the seamlessness of the way you communicate things, whether it be a joke or you're explaining a point, or even relatability if you're playing an emotional game like The Walking Dead or something like that. And in Corey Kenshin's case, it's definitely high energy. Like that's not for debate. Corey Kenshin has high energy. Even if you don't find all of his jokes funny, or even some of his jokes funny, you can always commend his energy or his reactions to stuff. His reactions to stuff I feel like are only ever genuine. Nothing he does is really ever scripted. Even when he randomly just starts rapping in the middle of videos, that's always commendable, right? He just starts randomly just doing stuff in the video that just, you know, you can listen to a video and you don't even have to watch a video. You can just listen to it in the background and just, you know, he's saying something funny, you'll just be editing and he'll go, I don't know, he'll say some shit and you'll just go, and you'll click on the other tab and you'll go, what is this guy doing? What made him say that? You know? I feel like everyone has a different way of doing their separate things. So find whatever works out for you, but I think the best way to do content creation based on just those two is being yourself. I don't think anyone really makes it in this world just being a guy who survives off of another thing. Even Ninja, who was known as the Fortnite guy, right? Everyone and their dad would be like, "Oh, Ninja's gonna be done when Fortnite's over, or when he stops making Fortnite content." That nigga is feeding. He's feeding like a fucking African warlord off of Marvel Rivals. You know? He's doing well for himself, because I do think Ninja has his own personality. I know people always used to say that Ninja's like, you know, he's not the most favorable guy ever, because, you know, he would demand for people to get banned on Fortnite and stuff. But I do think him bringing back his old energy, the fuck you say to me, you little shit, bringing back his old energy for Marvel Rivals, I think that did help him out a lot. So I know it's the most bland, generic advice you've heard from every single human being ever. I'm so sorry, guys, that I'm not selling you an alpha male guidebook that costs $100 fucking for me to just go, if you follow my workout routine, then you'll be a true alpha gamer. You'll pick up tons of girls and you will make $1 million every 3 days. I'm so sorry I'm giving you the generic advice of be yourself, but try to come off across as someone that you yourself would watch. Try to be someone that you would actually watch. When you watch your videos, do you go, ha, fuck, that was good, I totally forgot I said that? Or do you just go, yeah, that was nice? Because you do have to do enough to be someone that you would watch. When you've achieved that, I think then it's reasonable other people would also watch you. Here's a good example. Some people who have very negative dispositions, and they may be relatives of BoJack, I don't think that guy would enjoy watching his own videos. Let's be real. Who has the energy to watch 500,000 million videos of a guy complaining about non-issues forever? Nobody has the energy. Even a guy who makes those fucking videos wouldn't have the energy to watch that. you do have to do more for yourself. You do actually have to make videos that other people would enjoy watching. Obviously, the videos have to still be good by your own merit, but you know what I mean. See, how about a book about finding love? No, that's too genuine. That's too genuine. We have to sell an alpha male guide course. All right, guys, here's the #1 way to be an alpha male, but I will warn you, it costs $300. And it's also a book that only has 5 pages, and every page is it's a picture book. I'll be honest, it's a picture book. Hey Steve, I'll dole out some vengeance. Golden Frieza Super Soul does more damage when using Emperor's Death Beam's ults. Time dole out. I forgot that they added a Super Soul for Emperor's Death Beam. I totally forgot about that. Will we see Myra in Diamond Vegeta's armor next time? You guys are gooning violently over that. Okay, fine. Yes, you will. Jesus. Josuke 4 or Josuke 8? I like Josuke 4 more. Why are they using Vesavior as Come when Taunt is 1 bar of key? I have no idea. Maybe because Savior has Come is funnier. When Vestid Alpha Camp, we do random ball. Exactly. What's your thoughts on latest Chainsaw Man chapter? There was another one? Oh no. Okay, alright. You know what? Actually, I'll show the stats for Myra on screen while I read the chapter, because I'm going to change these stats anyways. If these stats happen to work for you guys, bonus points. If they work for you, awesome. But these stats are heavily outdated, so I'm warning you. Feel free to do what you like with the information that is on screen while I pull up the Chainsaw Man chapter. I'm not going to pull it up on the screen because I know Viz is going to go, hey, bitch, you can't do that. Oh, I did read this chapter. I'm pretty sure I thought it was a nothing chapter, right? Let me go through it again real quick. Oh, no, yeah, no, I didn't even have to finish this. Yeah, I remember. This was a nothing chapter. I hate Denji's constant flip-flopping as a person. Oh, he's an emotional teen or something. He's just a kid. 18 years old. He's just a kid. Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth. I hate his constant flip-floppings. He doesn't even have a real lack of ideals either. Like, what would you guys argue is Denji's ideals? Save people and get bitches, right? Okay, how many bitches does he get? Question answered. How many people does he actually save? A few, but then how many does he intentionally just let die? Just because. Oh, you forgot that there was a cat here too. Brother. What ideals does Denji actually have? It's why he's so hard to like as a protagonist. Because this nigga stands on nothing. He stands on nothing. You can never guess or even have an idea of what he's going to do next. I'm not saying the unpredictability makes him insane. Because it doesn't. It makes him fucking boring and shit and annoying to track. Right? Because here, there's so many different scenarios. Okay. Fake Chainsaw Man covers himself in human bodies. Oh, how are you going to get past this one, Chainsaw Man? Does Chainsaw Man do 1A? I'm not going to attack you because I don't want to kill innocent people. Does he do 2? I'm going to attack you because I don't give a fuck. You just made yourself bigger, heavier, and slower, so of course I'm just going to attack you. Or does he do 3? I was going to attack you, but I'm not going to because you've also absorbed a woman in there, and I want to have sex with a woman someday, so I'm now no longer going to fight. Which of the 3 does he do? Because he like Russian roulettes between those 3 so often it's unreal. And I'm just not a big fan of it. There's also this part where, I remember this part bothered me, I think, when I was reading it. Yoru tells him, you can't win if you feel sorry for them. But if I kill them, there'll be fewer people who like me. I don't like that. So let me get this straight. He wants more people to like him, but when he first showed up in part 2, he let an old person get dropped from so high they died, and he let a car full of people fall down and explode to save a cat. And he wants people to like him. Do you see what I mean about Denji's character being really fucking annoying to track? Like, at least with Deku, no matter how they actually write Deku, Deku's main prerogative is to help as many people as possible. That's always commendable. That's easy to, even if Deku was like a more traditional, I guess, like dickheadish kind of protagonist, right? You know, protagonists don't really focus on saving as many lives as possible, and they do their own thing, like Sung Jin-woo. At least he has an actual ideal, right? First, it's saving his mother, and then second of all, it's just acquiring enough power to deal with the forces that be, right? in the end, he doesn't have to save everyone. He just has to save enough people, right? Denji just is fucking annoying to track. I'm not gonna say I hate him because I still liked him in part 1, and for a lot of part 2 he was good, but he's just such a piece of shit, you know. Thank you so much for the $2 donation, Hiho. Well, for the the 20 MX dollars for super chat, but it's read as $2. Denji fans are kind of like the Harley Quinn fandom. Probably. Do you mean in the sense that they could justify every single action he takes? Actually, Denji might be one of the only male characters who has a fan base like he's a female character, where they just defend everything he does. Actually, I think he might be one of the only male characters I can think of that gets every single action he does defend. Even Gojo, who has a rabid fan base, doesn't get defended on all of his actions. So what was I gonna say? Yoru says to counter Denji's point of, oh, if I kill them, fewer people will like me. I don't like that. Even though the news reports on all of the times he doesn't save people and he lets people intentionally dive to save a cat. Right? Which would make less people like him. Yoru follows up with, even if you did save them, you'd soon be forgotten. Case in point, Asa was popular too, and she was forgotten in no time. And that makes Denji freeze. That makes him stops and considers his action. It's a panel of his face with no text. Okay, cool. You'd soon be forgotten. No, he wouldn't. Everyone on the planet would remember Chainsaw Man was the one single devil who fought and killed other devils. And he did it straight up. He never wanted anything in return. He never made any public statements. You would think he was an unequivocal Superman-esque hero. He just shows up, he beats the villain, and he leaves. That's all people would remember, and they would glaze him for all of fucking eternity. The people soon forgot Asa exists too. Asa's entire family is dead. Nobody in her school likes her. In fact, they hate her because she killed the chicken devil at the start of the series. And to show how much people dislike her, another student sacrificed their own life to kill her. At the start of the series. Nobody fucking likes Asa. Of course she's gonna get forgotten. She doesn't have friends. She was an unlikable person the whole time she was alive. Her whole family is dead, and nobody likes her. So what the fuck does that even mean? That's just such a shit equivalent, but it makes Denji go, she's right. Nigga, what? More people like Sukuna than they like Asa. At least Urame likes Sukuna. Nobody likes fucking Asa. It's such a bad argument to make, but it actually makes Denji freeze up and go, oh, she's right. And when she even goes, shall I give you a hand? He like stops to go, oh. It's like the ambiguous thing. Oh, is he gonna accept the devil's deal? Is Denji gonna give his hand into darkness and accept the power of the war devil so he can overcome the scenario? Nigga, fuck no, don't. That's stupid as fuck. That's mindless. It's why I have such a hard time getting through Chainsaw Man. Well, sorry, I still read it because I'm praying that it becomes the peak that it was when I was reading it. I say in Discord, let's be honest, that was like a year and a half. I wish it was like as good or at least as cohesive as part 1 was, but it's not. Denji's character sucks. Yoru is probably the worst part of the series, I'm going to be honest. Denji, being a bad main character, blows balls, don't get me wrong, but I think Yoru is the worst part of the series. Everything she does sucks, and it makes Denji worse because he defends it or justifies it or tries to make it seem deeper than it actually is. So, yeah. He could be Sparta from DMC if he just thinks about it. Yeah, exactly, bro. Sparta literally gets glazed. Even though humanity for the most part doesn't care about demons because there's some insane guy in a red coat who just kills them every time, they show up. And demons usually in DMC, they show up very infrequently. You have a few freak incidences, which are the games. The games are the few freak cases of them happening. But then even then, they are isolated to their cities. Even in DMC5, you get like a giant map showing that the Qyforth tree and the demon invasion is happening in one fucking area. It's not like a massive global issue. You know what I mean? So in DMC it's contained. In Chainsaw Man it's not. It's worldwide. And of all the demons worldwide, one guy chooses to fight back and he asks for nothing in return. And for some reason, that's the people forget about that. Like, are you brainless? That's stupid as fuck. That makes no sense. I'm dead. That makes no sense. That literally makes no fucking sense. The fact that Denji even believes that shit is fucking asinine. the people will just forget about Chainsaw Man. Yeah. Oh, they'll forget about him. Less people will like me. Oh. I want to remind you, before all Denji wanted was a happy family as well. But what he wants keeps shifting to the point where he just becomes a fucking annoying character to just track. And I don't know, man. I don't want to do a Denji's over party, but I just don't like him as much as in part 1. I joined and I didn't see the face cam, so hearing Steve let the N-word drop surprised me. I did not know he could say it, man. I see. I thought I'm stupid as hell. I thought that spirit was gonna hit me. Actually, is a global issue in DMC5. Nico literature demons are invading everywhere. Oh, I must have missed that line there. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I feel like obviously Dance is unpopular because again, most of the issues in Devil May Cry are isolated. So you know, people aren't like, hey, is there a guy that's like the son of a mega demon lord who's like OP as fuck and he could solve all your problems, Ghostbusters? It's like, you know, for the most part, people don't really care about demons in the DMC verse and shit. But Chainsaw Man devils are like, bro, the gun devil is recent history. Like, hello? He killed how many people in 5 minutes? How many million people? If he can kill that many million people, and keep in mind, wait, hold up. Now that I'm remembering Chainsaw Man Part 1, what did Makima say? You guys remember what Makima said in Chainsaw Man Part 1? Who did Makima say killed the gun devil? Who did Makima say killed the gun devil? I wonder if the guy who avenged all of those families is gonna get forgotten. You're a fucking bozo. I have no idea what Fujimoto's writing. That nigga's been drinking far too much fucking cough syrup because he's lost the plot. No, Makima did not say breed me. All right, silence. Cease that behavior. Makima did not say breed me. Makima gave Denji over credit for the Gun Devil's death. Basically giving all of those families that have been destroyed and all of those lives that have been taken away a sense of fulfillment. That the person who did so much harm to the world is finally gone. And who's the person who did it? Chainsaw Man. He did it. Who was gonna forget that? Who is ever gonna forget that? That's weird. That's asinine. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. No, sorry. So when I say I have issues with Chainsaw Man Part 2 and I don't like it, and it's one of the most glazed things ever, bro, if JJK was writing like Chainsaw Man Part 2, JJK gets bombed every day. JJK gets bombed every day for being like the new most successful manga in modern media, right? Even beating One Piece sometimes. But Chainsaw Man can have peak dog shit writing and just get away with it. Actually fucking insane. Actually fucking nuts. I don't know much about Chainsaw Man, but why did Makima boom a power in front of Denji? Makima's just a piece of shit. Makima just wanted to be like, hey, look what I can do. Boom. That's it. Right? Makima's just an asshole. Actually, I told everyone that you beat the Gun Devil, so people are gonna love you unanimously. And then, how many years does Chainsaw Man Part 2 take place after Part 1? Maybe like a year and a half. He only just like really like got into school, right? So it's not been that long. Maybe 2 years, right? I don't remember. So people are gonna forget the guy who beat the Gun Devil in what, 2 years? Is that what we're doing? Can we be fucking real? I remember when Denji came back and it was 50-50 with the community to see if he grew a bit. Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is.
If that's your limit,
you have let me down. Steed's manga can only be good if half of it is gooning. If I ever made a manga, half of it would be gooning. But I would occasionally make sure I have some stuff that sounds deep so that way I can have a fan base as rotten as the Chainsaw Man one that glazes every single stupid action I do and makes up for Fujimoto's cycle. Nigga, there's no cycle. It's bad writing, then the bad writing gets explained. It's still fucking bad, but for some reason you choose to accept it as good. And that's the Fujimoto cycle. Who do I think is gonna die next in Chainsaw Man? It has to be someone who provides some value if Fujimoto wants to hit the same beats as Part 1. Because the issue with... Oh my god, okay. What he did to Nayuta came out about so early, people didn't even believe it for the longest time. There are people even now who still don't believe it. Because Nayuta barely got any screen time. She barely got to be a character before we said, bye, bitch. This is not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to the news board. I wanted to see my raid points. See, that makes sense. Just like Joel forgetting every single thing you learned in decades by just staying in a community for a couple years. I mean, okay, I'll give Joel a pass in The Last of Us 2. While I would prefer if Joel did the reasonable thing of, hey, I see this person as a daughter. You know, I love her. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. So I'm going to keep my life as safe as possible. And he keeps doing the thing where he's like basically flying solo, right? I think that would make sense for his character. But I also do believe that when he feels like he's taken out his major threats, the Fireflies, they would go, okay, we did our best. And while the years pass and the zombie hordes begin to thin out, more people get more adept at surviving against zombies, so less people get infected. More infected are dying, but less people are getting infected, right? We're getting to a point where zombies will eventually go extinct, right? Less people are being bitten, more zombies are dying, people are better at handling these scenarios. We're soon going to finally have our world back. Let's just ease ourselves into that scenario first. Let's try and live it easy. That's fair, that's okay. He just beat his major antagonist. The world is getting better. People are banding together because strength in numbers, obviously. At the end of the day, no matter how bad things get, we have to band together. We'll never succeed ever just fighting for scraps by ourselves. We have to do more. You know, I'm pretty sure that's what cavemen discovered when they realized that they were going to die this winter because they didn't have enough food, unless if they killed a woolly mammoth. Now, one man is not going to fucking do that. But a couple of lads, they could get the job done. We can only survive as a group. And obviously in The Last of Us, that was the only option. I don't blame Joel for doing that. I will forever hate Abby for killing him, though. I will forever hate Abby for killing him. It doesn't matter how much I like Joel. It doesn't matter how much I think Abby's backstory doesn't justify the level of stupidity she's on. She has her only experience with him, other than the slaying of her own father, is that he saved her unconditionally and let her whole group in and gave them a place to stay in his community. Intrinsically, he is a good person. Doesn't matter what he did in Last of Us 1. Doesn't matter what he did to the Fireflies. He is intrinsically a good person. It's in his core to help people and for a better world in the future. Even if you had gripes with it with the passing of your father, and in the game they also do explore how Abby also feels like, yes, there's no right or wrongs. My father did some bad things to save the world, same way how Joel did some bad things to save Ellie. If she can understand that, why the fuck was her option to kill him instantly? She didn't even do that bullshit that they did in The Lion King 2. Where they're like, okay, do we want to know if this nigga's really evil? Let's just keep him around our pack for a bit. Let's keep him around our pride. Let's stay around and let's see if we can truly see his whole character, right? Let's see if this nigga's really as fucked as we thought. And then if they want, they can come to a conclusion. Nope, they just iced his ass right away. A bit fucking savage, a bit fucking unreasonable, a bit fucking barbaric. Nobody's gonna like fucking Abby for that. Nobody. Corpses rot after like 6 months, so a zombie apocalypse wouldn't last long. Yeah. Because I know zombies are obviously like very fictional, like to an absurd degree. But let's be real. The moment the muscles atrophy, which fucking zombie is going to be walking around? How long does it take for a human being to just not be able to move if they don't eat enough? How long? Maybe like a few weeks? Unless if the zombie virus pumps your body full of fucking adrenaline, right? So your muscles or all of your body parts stay intact for as long as possible. Realistically, you would lose motor functions very quickly. And you would just be a zombie that goes prone on the ground. And you wouldn't be able to fucking move. Like, zombie apocalypses really shouldn't be lasting long, if anything. So yeah. Oh yeah, Ellie's revenge quest wasn't worth it. That's the issue. The only issue... but The Last of Us sucks monkey cock. Steve, how much of a problem would Dio be in the world of JJK? He'd definitely be a major issue, but the thing is he can only come out at night. So, it would kind of screw him over. Well, I mean, I guess we have to start with people Dio could handle. He could handle probably everyone else in the verse, other than, like, Gojo and Sukuna. Sukuna can live without a heart, so Dio can't do any fatal damage to him unless if he punches through his head. And then even then, Sukuna survives hollow nukes from, like, point blank. So, let's be real, I don't think the world is going to punch through Dio's head. No, the world isn't going to punch through Sukuna's head to kill him. Gojo I'm gonna be honest. I think Gojo's Infinity would not work on time stop. I don't think his Infinity would work on time. I think if Dio stopped time, he'd be able to just touch Gojo. I will give Gojo the benefit that he probably would survive Dio's first attack. Dio isn't. I mean, most JoJo guys in general, they just don't go for the head. They don't go for the head. Dio punches Kakurin through the sensor. He throws a knife into Jonathan's throat. That's things that Sukuna and Gojo can both survive. And they're very smart. They would know his abilities time stop after taking it once. So, I want to say Dio would... He'd be a he'd be a Gojo Sukuna tier character. I'm just going to say that. I can't think of many other characters that would beat him. I'm going to say Higuruma because Higuruma's broken. Takaba's also broken. But, like, that's it. Just those 4 characters. Derek donates $10 super chat says Joel is objectively a horrible person. Say what you want. He's killed dozens with no remorse. And at least in game, ruined the only chance to make a vaccine. That's true. I hate that Neil Druckmann said it was 100%. I think part of the reason why the writing for that was so good was because it was ambiguous. But then also making it 100% guaranteed is less believable when you see how the Fireflies operate. Whatever, right? Whatever. Ruined the only chance to make a vaccine. Abby was completely justified in that. I mean, I think Abby's killing of Joel would be justified more so if it was about him ruining humanity's future and less that her father died. I think it would be way more justified if that was the case. But then even then, killing him doesn't fix humanity's future. That's just fucking mindless. So, it feels less justified, I guess, because it is out of revenge rather than to save the human race, right? Like, okay, if Joel was going to save Ellie, and just before he killed Abby's dad, Abby killed him, that would be justified. That's saving humanity. The way she killed him, it's far too fucking late. It's way too fucking late. It solves nothing. It just causes more misery, strife, and harm in the world. And you can see how it fucked her over as well. I mean, she still gets a happy ending because what, she gets away with her brother or some shit? Ellie's the only one who suffers because fuck you. Fuck you. I forgot how ugly this game is without revamp. Yeah. His only redeeming quality is him saving people. Those wrongs outweigh his goods. Also, he killed her father and killed many people she knew and worked with. She was justified. See, that's kind of the issue, because I would say, yeah, she's justified in killing him, but the game's whole premise is how revenge is bad, so it's only good when she does it. Which is the issue, because that's the way the story just is. You know? Abby's allowed to kill a bunch of people. Ellie isn't, though. Well, I mean, Ellie's allowed to kill 1,000 faceless NPCs. And I'm sure Ellie won't face the same fate as Joel when they eventually make The Last of Us 3 in 10 years after they make The Last of Us 2 Remastered, the remake, Hyper HD edition. I'm sure Ellie won't face the same fates Joel did. Because, let's be honest, Ellie did the exact same thing Joel did. So that means she should also die in the sequel. And Abby, hey, guess what? She did the exact same thing both of those niggas did too. So she also has it coming. Or is it only Joel? Because when you make the premise revenge bad, and the game doesn't have an option to just shoot people in the leg and walk past them to end combat encounters or some shit, or have any like stealth options or pacifist options, there's no option in the game to sneak up behind a guard, hold him at knife point and say, tell me the information. And he goes, okay, I'll do it. And then you can just KO him and pass through an area. You need to kill these niggas. If blood is not spilled, you do not succeed. And I think that's why the writing of the game just fails so hard for me. Imagine if you could still get the pacifist route in Undertale by killing 99% of people. Oh my god, you did teach me about the strengths and virtues of everything. Except when you just fucking killed everyone else except the final boss. That was weird. But you taught me so much. Thank you, Frisk. Or whoever the kid is, I can't remember. I don't know. Maybe Abby's actions would be justified to me if the story didn't communicate something else entirely. Oh my god, okay, I'm getting fucked. No, okay, here's my issue. Jennings, I think you should still play The Last of Us. Last of Us 1, especially, I think most people would agree that game is still good. Last of Us 2 has good gameplay, the story just sucks monkey cock. If you can play a game that has a story that you don't really care about, you'll probably have a lot of fun. I'm being serious. Straight up. You will just have a lot of fun. But the story will obviously bother you. So, Abby isn't even a good person. She lets his best friend's boyfriend bend her over. Hey, look. Joel's worse, all right? That's all that matters. That's all that matters, apparently. I do get the argument that, obviously, you get... sometimes you play as... Jesus Christ, he really doesn't like me. Sometimes you play as a protagonist that doesn't always make the best decisions or isn't even, like, an entirely good person. But I have to ask... Who is the more evil person? Or maybe not more evil, but who is the worst person, I guess? And I mean this genuinely. You guys can disagree with me if you want. Who is more evil? The person who's trying to survive in a zombie apocalypse, especially after their daughter is unjustifiably killed. Or not unjustifiably killed, but just killed in a fucked up way, right? And then the only thing he has left to a daughter is left in a bunch of ragtag, fucking insano scientist people who claim, yeah, we can get it done, bro. Even though you've seen the way they carry themselves the entire game, right? You've seen the way they do things. You've seen the way they behave. You've seen the way they act. Not exactly the most virtuous of people. Not exactly people that sound like they have their heads on enough to even make a fucking vaccine. That move is good as fuck. That just has insane tracking, right? Are you willing to take those odds? Or are you willing to get the close thing you have to a daughter back? Or, hey, my dad died ages ago. Let me go aggressively out of my way to track the singular person that did it in a zombie apocalypse, knowing the guy probably is dead or is a zombie himself now. And let me kill him, and then after that, just go back to life as normal. Yep. All I had to do was kill that one guy, and now I'm happy. Yep, I'm elated. Ooh, I'm feeling good as fuck right now. I don't know. For me, it's very hard to justify Abby's killing of Joel, especially after he shows a hospitality. You could say he didn't have to do that. Sure, if he didn't, we probably have a better story. But I think it's telling that he's not evil. You know? The whole game is about revenge quest, but ends with both sides realizing how revenge isn't worth it. I mean, Abby didn't feel that way. I say Joel deserved it because he did horrible things throughout the game. Abby didn't feel that way. Ellie did. When it's way too fucking late. Didn't she also lose the ability to play the guitar because she lost the fingers for it as well? So Ellie actually just suffers entirely. She goes on a revenge quest, she suffers. Abby goes on a revenge quest, and she still has something at the end of the day. And I think she has is like, well, it's her brother, right? She has like one of the best things she could still have, which is actually like family. Yes, her friend's dying is super unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie. That's just straight up unfortunate. Yes, bad, obviously, but she still gets something, and the thing she gets with is a lot. Ellie has nothing. Even the fucking lesbian that she was kissing with is like, nah, you're violent as fuck, bro. You're insane. I'm done. Every single person tells her to fuck off or dies or leaves her. And now she can't even play the stupid fucking guitar, which is the only thing she had left for herself in the world. If Ellie walks out into the woods and fucking listens to Lord Your God's advice, who would blame her? Because she has fucking nothing. She has literally nothing. Red Dead Redemption 2 does revenge as bad story. Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. I think that's why that game still gets actually glazed for its story. Game would have been over instantly if Abby killed Ellie right after Joel. It would be, yeah. I mean, in Abby's defense, she only hated Joel. So it's fair that she only killed him. If she killed Ellie as well, I mean, if she killed Ellie as well, we wouldn't have a story. But people would somehow still defend that. Oh, you killed my dad, so let me kill Ellie. Steve, knowing Dio, he'd probably try to recruit Gojo and Sukuna after interacting with... I don't think he could, though. Gojo would definitely be like, nah, no way, bro, you're evil. And Sukuna would be like, okay, but that means you'd have to listen to me. I hope you're aware of that. Abby gets out of the narrative scot-free and is able to pick up the pieces, and Ellie's just left a husk of nothing but game ending possible. Yeah, I don't know how... I get revenge bad. Revenge bad is a very easy story to understand. But it's less justified when you spend the whole game murdering people in the sake of revenge. And then when it's time to actually get the revenge, you just don't. If I get the revenge, I'll just be as bad as you. if I get the revenge, I would have destroyed and torn apart your family. Because that didn't happen to anyone else throughout the game. Not you, not Joel, not Joel's brother, not the random faceless NPC you killed 5 seconds before you saw Abby, not the other random faceless NPC, not this nigga, not that nigga. Nobody. Nobody deserves it. Except the person who caused all the problems. Just them. Oh yeah, I forgot. So when someone said don't do it, she's pregnant, and they say good. Which character does that? Because I remember hearing about that, and I just didn't care for the context because it sounded really bad. It's Abby that does that. So when Ellie kills a pregnant person, she feels remorse and guilt because she didn't even know. But when Abby does it, she's like, oh, excellent. Sick. Who's the better person? Guy who made a lot of mistakes in life and turned into a fucking beast due to the state of the world. But ultimately ends up being a chill guy once he saves his daughter. And he even helps make the communities better again, right? Or fucking Ryomen Sukuna. Okay, Abby. We need you to beat Maharaga. All you have to do is use Fuga, and you're good to go. Malevolent Shrine. Tell me Abby wouldn't do that. Abby almost got a double kill in one hit. Abby did say that. Now hold on now. He said sweating. You mean I can't stab pad? Sweet. Imagine Guts gets face to face with Griffith and says, you know what, I forgive you. That would be fun. No, you know what, Last of Us fans would find that peak. They'd go peak. He was able to let go of the hatred in his heart after all these years. That's good of him. Nigga, the damage is fucking boundless. And the world is a worse place because of the scenarios that took place because of this person. Why are we doing this? Boom, 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 boom. Abbey domain expansion, 9 Mile Drive. Oh my god, man. Abby, someone who enjoys bloodshed? Yeah. I'm going to be honest, obviously. Because of the gameplay, you could say Ellie enjoys bloodshed too. There's a lot of executions in the game that feel like they're not necessary. They're just cruel. And they're against people who she doesn't even know. So Ellie obviously revels in it as well. But that's in gameplay. We always know gameplay context is different from cinematic context. But you have to also still take gameplay stuff into account. The game made me kill all those people before then deciding, no, you're not going to kill Abby. At least make it a choice, you know? At least make it a fucking choice. If it was a choice, it would be... I mean, the issue is that if it was a choice, they know everyone would pick kill Abby. The only reason why people would pick to spare her is so they could get the fucking achievement. It's not so they could watch the cutscene, because they'll just do that on YouTube. The only reason they would spare Abby is for the achievement. Everyone would kill her. So that they didn't make it your choice. Because they knew what you would pick. By that logic, Kratos is evil. Obviously, fuck that nigga, Kratos. Evil ass nigga. Who cares if he's trying to do better in his life? Fuck that guy. He deserves the absolute worst. That prophecy in Ragnarok should have came true. Kratos should have died. Doesn't even matter if he reformed, became a better person. He's even trying to sever the bonds of hatred by not killing the fucking Freya every single time she runs his shit. He should just murder her ass too. Why did he stop? You should go back to God of War 3 Kratos. You should turn into an animal. Bro had full proof that Invincible's innocent and based his vendetta on him. Powerplex didn't want justice. He wants a target for his pain. Yeah, you get too many characters that their revenge is based entirely off of, like... It's not even like a greater good-esque thing. It's not like, I've decided I must kill this person to save the world, regardless of my personal feelings about it. It's... like, here's a good example. I think it's a good example. We were just talking about it earlier. Chainsaw Man Part 1 Denji. He kills someone he likes to save the world. That person has screwed him over his whole fucking life. And he kills them anyways. because it is better for he still likes the person when he's committing the deed. He is still taking revenge because they obviously wronged him a lot, but he is doing it for the sake of the world itself. If it was just for his own sake, he would let the person keep doing it, because Denji actually still benefits from if the person's plan goes through. But he kills them for the betterment of the world. We can all agree that's noble. We can all agree that's good, and it's why Chainsaw Man's Part 1 gets praised to this day. Right? Chainsaw Man Part 1 built up such good rep, people are glazing Part 2 unfairly because of it. Who did Denji kill? I know it's very spoiled by now, but I don't want to say the name if possible, because I would like people to just either read the manga or just not be spoiled when the anime comes out. I do my best to keep things spoiler free, but at the same time, you know, Chainsaw Man Part 1 is kind of old. I don't blame it if people spoil some things in the chat. The world needs bad movies. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, old Denji was like that. Old Denji was like that. I mean, I know Pochita said that line, but let's be real. Pochita gets that line of thinking from Denji. So, bro, it's when I want to help him with everything, give him everything, and Steed throws everything out the window. What did I throw out the window? What did I do? What did I do? This DLC is trash. The character models are so bad. If you say otherwise, you're delusional and trying to glaze Xenoverse. Okay. Fair, but I must ask you, Chieflands, do you think this DLC is better than the Sparking Zero DLC? I must ask you. That is my only question. Following the Last of Us logic, Denji has it coming? No, to be honest. Okay, good. My argument wasn't... I don't... Maybe you responded to someone else in the chat. If so, I unfairly picked you out. I'm very sorry for that. That's my fault. I fucked up. Because I'm not defending this DLC or saying it's good. Right? It's a breath of fresh air, especially compared to the Sparking Zero DLCs. And I do like that the super attacks and the characters in the DLC are useful. Maybe the models aren't the best, but they're a very different art style from the main Xenoverse models, and I appreciate actually being able to look at something different. That's just me. So, is the DLC bad? For most people, probably yes. For me, who's been suffering with Sparking Zero DLC and the same ugly Xenoverse models with no differences in how they're designed or how they appear, and actually having good moves and good characters, for me that makes the DLC at least tolerable. But my main point is that the DLC is just better than Sparking Zero's. I'm not saying it's good, because even I know that would be a stretch. I'm just saying it's better than Sparking Zero. So, yeah. We need to stop supporting Bandai until they start caring a little more, but that's not going to happen since they've monopolized Dragon Ball. Bandai's monopolized every Dragon Ball. Well, not every anime game. I don't think it's possible for them to fail anymore. A good example is, I'm pretty sure all of the mega corporations or mega companies that we have now can't fail. They can literally just do the worst thing ever and not fuck up. We'll never see Pokemon go down. We'll never see Hasbro go down. We'll never see Bandai go down. We'll never see any of these big companies go down, like, ever. It will never happen. We'll all die of old age. They'll still be around. So, since we can't change the state of the world the way, you know, it unfortunately is, our second best option is to just support the things we like. Just get more of the things that we actually enjoy out there in the world. You see a game, whether it be an indie game or a AAA game, if it looks good to you and it is good and you want to support and you want more of it, buy it. Recommend it to your friends. Share it if you can. Make a fucking YouTube video on it if you want to. That usually gets people seeing stuff, you know? We can't change the course of the world. All we can do is introduce new things that we enjoy, you know? So, maybe Dragon Ball games will be like this forever. Maybe every anime game will always suck forever. The second best thing we can do is make sure other things we enjoy at least get propped up so we can keep getting those things, you know? Here's a good example. I love Monster Hunter. I've been playing it ever since Monster Hunter Freedom came out on the PSP. I love it. Support Monster Hunter my entire life. And a bunch of other people do too. And now we're at a position where Monster Hunter is a fucking super mega thing that you have on consoles. And the graphics are fucking insane. And there's a bunch of mechanics and animation, cinematics, and voice acting. We never had that shit before, and we only got it because we kept supporting Monster Hunter. Even when it went from PSP, it went from PlayStation 2 to PSP to fucking DS. It kept changing, like, systems and platforms. It went from a home console to a portable console to another portable console on the other side of the spectrum, like Nintendo, and we still supported it. We never gave up on Monster Hunter. Even when it went to the Wii, and everyone hated swimming. Now all of a sudden everyone likes swimming. I always liked swimming. But now, when everyone hated swimming, they still supported Monster Hunter on the Wii. And now, because of that, Monster Hunter's a franchise that probably can't fail anymore. But at least unlike, anime games, it's actually delivering. I know a lot of people consider Wilds like a disappointment in some areas, but I don't know if people remember that they said the exact same thing about Worlds until Iceborne came out. And then when Iceborne came out, Worlds got glazed forever because Monster Hunter games are usually more appreciated after they get their G rank update. So I don't mind if people get mad at Wilds because I know they'll just do a 180 when the G rank comes out anyways. Ooh. Actually, Bandai does a ton of card games. These guys do every... Yeah, Bandai makes infinite, but they do like a lot. They make money from like a bunch of sources. Been watching clips of the DBS Bang Zoom dub. It's honestly not bad. Also, mad funny that Goku and Vegeta voiced by Geto and Gojo respectively. I did not know that. Woo! Custom Chi-Chi fit would be so good. That's in the game, right? Like, there's a customizable Chi-Chi outfit in the game. Well, I mean, you can customize the colors. I should say that. I know, was it Star Coins? I don't remember if it was Star Coins or if it was STP medals. Oh my goodness, okay. Oh, it just came off of Wild. You got the Sealed Dragon Cloth yet? No, I do not have that yet. I've admittedly been slacking on my Monster Hunter Wilds. Kamehameha! Oh, okay. That's not gonna hit. Oh, someone body blocked. Oh my god, my hero, Academia. Okay. Did you play Eyes of Heaven? I think I have made videos and streamed Eyes of Heaven before. You guys actually liked it when I did too. I think it's so easy to get to the end game in Wilds might not have been a good long-term decision. So easy to get to the end game. Do you mean like leveling up HR? I will say one thing about Wilds, or the end game for Wilds. I think Wilds doesn't utilize enough frenzied monsters in the end game. Just my opinion. I think maybe you could do with a bit more tempered monsters as well. One thing I should say about Wilds, they should definitely balance the wound mechanic. Although I won't lie, I do like killing Arch-Tempered Red down in less than 10 minutes, just because all of his wounds open towards the end of the fight, and I can just mog the fuck out of him. But at the same time, having like unique mechanics actually matter. That in the monster's favor would help. Get it, it's only available until June 6th, so get it before it's gone. Yeah, I do actually want to get the cloth because it does look sick. Thank you so much for letting me know, Generic. I actually didn't know the date of it left. Eyes of Heaven R would be so good, it would be crazy. The only issue with Eyes of Heaven, well, Eyes of Heaven's main issue was that it was region locks, right? To be fair, I think that game did have like delay-based netcode, or was it? It was like some scary delay-based netcode. It was some nonsense. Boom. Okay. Nice try. Go somewhere else, spell mod. There we go. I don't mind the wound system. I just like having an aim system as a hammer main. That's such an essential change. That is a good point. Good point. I think a lot of people have an issue with the wound system because people are using the like super strong weapons of the game. Great sword, me. Isn't dual sword mad good in this game? Aren't dual sword and sword and shield like number 1 and 2 in this game, or some insane shit like that? All I remember hearing is that those weapons are cracked and wild. Wounds just make everything easy. Not that I'm complaining, it's satisfying. Yeah, I do think landing wounded hits is quite satisfying. And even then, you don't have to use the focus mode for wounds. You can just, if you know, or like wounds make the game too easy, you can play the game without targeting, oh my goodness. You can play the game without doing the focus mode on wounds. You can just hit wounds normally, like in Monster Hunter World, where you wound a monster, then you just attack that body part, you know? Lighter weapons are pretty supreme, yeah. I don't mind the wound system, okay. Man, Raid gameplay is peak. Raid gameplay is so 10 out of 10, it's unreal. Can you wish my entitled ass an early happy birthday? Sure, why not? Why not, yeah. Okay. Wait, when is your birthday, Bean Brutes? I want to ask, when is your birthday? Before I do it, I have to know, when is your birthday? Definitely better than gun lancers who die even to the flame chicken. Oh. Is that a reference to something? Oh no. Okay. Tomorrow? Oh, okay, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. All right, I'll do it then. Palicos are almost better than the human players. Oh my god, I see. All right, Bean Burrito. Let's do it. 3, 2, and you guys need to sing, or not sing, but just at least say happy birthday for Bean Burrito in the chat as well. Okay. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bean Burrito Man. It's your birthday tomorrow, but we're singing it today. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. All right. In case if I don't stream tomorrow, I will say now, I hope you have a good birthday. I still need to sing Galaxy happy birthday, and I still need to stream Galaxy's game. I hope he's not busy the day I stream it, but yes, you have a great today and tomorrow, Bean Burrito Man. How about that? Remember, it's a birthday, so take things easy if you can, all right? As easy as possible. It's your special day. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. All right? Okay. Steve did the golden pipes. If you say so. I promise you I cannot sing no. I think we've done enough raids. Let's do some preview free if we have people for it. Favorite and worst show and movie you saw this year? I'll be honest, I actually don't remember most things that I do in a year. Favorite show this year? Or movie, I guess. Sonic 3 was last year, right? Shit, I can't even say it was Sonic 3. Favorite show or movie? Fuck, I must have watched something that was good this year. Damn it. Okay, let me think of something I didn't like. That's a show or a movie this year. The things I don't interact with things I don't like. I mean, other than the few mangas I still try to read because I'm just a dumb fuck. Let me keep reading Chainsaw Man and hate reading One Punch Man because I'm dumb as fuck. Okay, to be fair, I don't hate read One Punch Man anymore. I actually don't. Now my friend just is evil and just sends me the chapters, even though I didn't ask him to do that. Let's see. Okay. I can't think of anything. I didn't finish the Devil May Cry anime. I didn't finish it. It was too shit. I didn't finish it. But I will say that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing. That is by far the worst thing, yeah. The Devil May Cry anime is the worst show I watched. I can't think of the worst movie. I didn't watch Lilo and Stitch. It looked bad from the very beginning, so I was in no moods to watch it. Legit question. Why don't you promote your stream content on your videos? Why do you let people... Oh, why you let people find out if you do streams? This is the part where I just shrug. Because I don't know. It's my ninja way. I guess I just do things in a moment. I do sometimes mention the streams and promote them in videos. Like I'll go, hey, if you've been watching my streams, you would know that blah, 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 blah. You know? Even when I get video ideas from streams, I always mention them too. For example, the Kamehameha idea we just got today. That's definitely going to be a video. I don't think I can make it tomorrow's video because I just made a Kamehameha video. And I think people would be confused if they saw a notification of the exact same fucking attack 2 days in a row. So I'm gonna do something different today. And then like the day after, we'll go into the full power Kamehameha. Anyways, let's do this. Because he steeds, that's a good reason. I do not recommend the new Lilo and Stitch, especially if you watch the original. Yeah. They made Dante too naive in the show and he was losing to motherfuckers who were never, even without Devil Trigger. Yeah. Steve, knowing Dio, he'd probably try to recruit. Oh no, yeah, I read that. I don't think Dio would succeed if he tried to recruit them. It just wouldn't go anywhere. It wouldn't go anywhere at all. My 1v1 room is open. Just search. I mean, we're doing 3v3s though, because I can play with the most people if we do free versus free. Like, okay, Dio goes, hey, you have an amazing stand power with that space thingy. And Gojo's like, I don't know what the fuck a stand power is, but you're a guy I've been looking for quite a while, actually. And Dio goes up to Sukuna and goes, don't you think the humans on this planet are so boring and their minds are so feeble they don't know what true power is? And Sukuna would be like, oh, I agree 100%. But you obviously don't know what it is either since you so boldly approached me. They would never get along. The interactions between a character like Dio and Sukuna would probably be fun as hell. But they would never. I don't think they'd ever be on the same team. Remember, the only reason why Sukuna works with Kenjaku is for a binding vow. He would literally kill him in a fucking instant if it wasn't for that. And he likes Urame because, well, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but it's in the epilogue. It's in one of the epilogue chapters why he likes Urame. Oh, Burning J. Thank you so much for $10 donation, Burning J. Steen, My Hero Ultra Rumble Season 11 is live now. What the fuck? Bro, Dragon Ball The Breakers, why are you on Breakers? What the fuck are you doing? My Hero, 11 seasons. Dragon Ball The Breakers. Here's fucking reskin Golden Frieza. Nigga. That's the way Pikachu would say it, by the way. There's no fucking way. That's actually fucking... Wait, hold on. Let me read the donation. My bad. My Hero Ultra Rumble Season 11 is live now. You should stream it at some point. There's a new character. New characters. New skins. New skill sets for existing characters. Fucking... Bro, Breakers. You're on some stink... You're on thin ice, bro. You're on thin fucking ice. That's not... That's actually trash. That's actually fucking annoying. Okay. Bell says, do I have to run Steed's pockets? Oh, you may try. You may... Oh, you have the GT logo. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, we haven't done a fit check in a while. I like this. It's a pretty decent fit. All right, let's see. All right, it's like a Gohan with a mix of... Whose shoes are those? Zamasu's or Goku Blacks? And Goku's whiskey gloves. Oh, Vegeta's battlesuit shoes. My bad. Okay, shows how much I know. My shoes. Vincent, get over here. What's your drip? Okay, I like the yellow. The yellow is a bit mismatched, but I'm not sure if it's because when it goes Super Saiyan, it'll have its ideal glow. Because sometimes you have to design the fit based on how it looks when your character transforms. I do understand that, so I am curious. You are a bit far away for drip inspection. Get over here. Okay, can't go wrong with DBS Vidal's drip. It's just nice. You can even see I used it for the upper body of, like, this outfit. DBS Vidal's, like, clothes. It's just one of the better, like, cosmetics in the game. There's like 2 quirk set skills, I believe, for All Might. Oh, All Might got a new quirk set? Holy shit, that's cool. Myra makes me Goon. Alright. Okay. Is that Miruko in Ultra Rumble? I don't think Miruko's in the game yet. She definitely... I feel like she will be, because it doesn't look like the game is going to stop support anytime soon. And they're basically adding everyone. They added... Wait, is Monoma the new season character? I remember seeing him on Twitter. I saw like a Japanese account tweeting how OP Monoma was. You do not bother getting the SJ3 battlesuit legs. It nerfs the booty. Better off with custom battlesuit legs. I like how that's the priority. Our character needs to look good, but also have a fat ass. Otherwise, they're not the right character. The copy bastard is broken. We didn't test them at all. Ah, yeah, there we go. Because I remember seeing a clip. He looked nonsensically OP. This game is still alive, somewhat, barely. Yeah, Ultra Rumble doesn't really make new maps. They just update existing ones. That's fair. That's fair. I was gonna rant about something, but I totally forgot. I calmed myself down. Okay, we do have a full lobby, so let's get into it. What's your thoughts on Tommy, Steed? I have no idea who Tommy is, or which Tommy, I guess. Jutro would ask Yuji if he has a stand or Hamon. He's just too strong to be a human. He would definitely ask that, yeah. Oh, Yuji would be able to see stands. Holy shit, that's actually a cool thing. I didn't even notice that. Or I didn't even consider that, but Yuji would be able to see stands because, you know, I mean, I know people say stands are a culmination of a lot of things, but they do say a lot in part 3 that they are part of the soul. And come on, I'm picking the wrong character or the wrong preset. Oh my god, no, I'm gonna pick Bluku because I don't know.
Let's get this going.
I was gonna use a raid preset of Myra. Holy fuck, I forgot. I haven't saved the actual preset with her. I need to make new presets for her. I should get new clothes for Myra. The Gyat needs to breathe. Okay, I'll do that. Monoma gets infinitely more annoying with All For One. Oh, is it because All For One copies him and then just does the same thing? That's actually annoying. Oh yeah. Oh, Joel's brother Tommy. Oh, I don't think I have many opinions. I remember that nigga said something really stupid one time and I just didn't like it, but I can't even remember what it was. Oh wait, are we fight? I'm dumb as hell. Are we fighting? I think we are. Okay. Ah, the fair Super Saiyan Blue laggy back here. Oh, you are a key blaster. That hurt. That hurt a little. I feel so fucking bad. But I'm not the one making it do this. I mean, I'm benefiting from it, definitely 100%, but I'm not making it do this. I feel so fucking bad. Okay, I didn't know that. Ooh. Okay. Oh, they have the ultimate damage reduction super soul. I totally forgot you had that as an evasive. Razor Bandit would be proud. He would be. He's exposed for using Bluku. Ichigo would also be able to see them. Yeah. Imagine Abby had the same. I imagine Abby had the same people like Tommy boosting her hate for Joel, overwhelmed years, like what Tommy did for Ellie. Definitely 100%. 100%. Well, Abby's father would have had friends. Obviously, he's a human being. Everyone has friends. He would have, you know, relatives too, like Abby, who would be, who would obviously not be the biggest fans of his passing, and it would embolden someone else to, you know, you should kill that fucker. You're capable of doing it. You can do it. I know it. You know, she'd have that too, and that's fair. I'm not saying Abby isn't a human. I'm just saying that I think she's very unjustified in her killing of him.
Sorry about that.
Again, we can do this argument back and forth as many times as we want. Was Joel bad, etc., and all those things? Yes. But it gets to a point where I think someone has reformed enough for you to go, okay, humanity could only benefit from this guy being around. If my cause was truly about the greater good, I would not kill this guy. If it was truly about saving humanity, I would not kill this guy. But it's entirely revenge-based, which makes it less justified. And you could say, but Steve, Ellie's thing is entirely revenge-based too. Yes, that's what revenge does. It's an infinite cycle. I'm sure if Ellie killed Abby, potentially more people would have came after Ellie. But I think the biggest flaw with that argument is the fact that wasn't Abby captured by some other fuckers before that happened? So if Abby did die, especially near their camp, they would just assume it was not Ellie. They would literally just assume it had to have been those guys. And let's be real, I don't think Abby has any more friends either, based on the ending of the game and the story. I think if Ellie kills Abby, that genuinely does end that revenge cycle. It would. And Abby is such a vindictive, evil person. Who the fuck knows that when she regains her strength, she's not going to go, hey, remember when you attacked me towards the end of the game? Yeah, I didn't like that so much. Yeah, I didn't like that at all, actually. And hey, now that I've got my gains back, guess who I'm going to use as a punching bag? Hey, do you remember this thing? You can go the whole 9 yards with this. Abby is so fucking evil. It's more likely that she just gets a run back for being spared. Abby is closer to Frieza than she is to fucking Vegeta. I believe she would come back for Smoke. She wouldn't go, okay, I lost. That happens. And I'm going to move on with my life. She's going to go, no. I was wronged once. How dare you? I'm coming back. I didn't even make a preset for Myra again. I'm actually a fraud. Actually a fraud. I should play Caulifla? No. Noel donated $5 super chat. You should try to do an all Jacko match. It's never going to happen. I feel like anytime we try to do all matches, one person just picks fucking Blue Goku. Every time it happens. Not obligated to, of course. I just think it would be funny. Also, haven't in a bit. How are you both? Well, fine. Thank you for asking. Okay, I'm going to pick Jacko. If anyone else wants to pick Jacko, feel free. Please do. I would encourage it. But it's, Oh, I didn't even have custom Jacko on Myra. Oof.
Of course, because I am super elite.
You're going to stream Night Rain once it comes out in a few more days? I'll probably make videos on it instead. I think everyone in your lobbies in my area have never seen so many blue bars. Hey, that's nice to hear. Remember, Xenoverse can be deceptive when it's telling you the connection. It could just be the most ass connection you've ever faced in your life. So, yeah. I feel like a jerk. I already clicked. Well, no, I don't blame you. It kind of came last second. Yuji would observe Jotaro using a stand to make his own version of Aura. Yeah, Yuji would definitely be inspired by it. He'd be like, oh, that's fucking cool. I think that's awesome. You're a cool guy, Jotaro. And Jotaro would hit him with the, I don't have time to play with kids and brats. You know, part 3 Jotaro, he's kind of abrasive. He's like, nah, you a brat. You a gaki. I mean, Jotaro's not like a complete piece of shit, obviously. He would definitely, you know, warm up to Yuji's more than heroic ideals. Jotaro is a good guy, right? He can still tell women to shop and that they're annoying. There's nothing wrong with that being objectively true. Different people have different tolerances. If he thinks you yelling in his ear 24/7 when he's just trying to go to fucking school is annoying, then it's annoying. But Jotaro is a good person. He wouldn't want to waste time with a kid like Yuji, but when he sees that Yuji's a strong person who actually wants to do more for the world, he'd be like, okay, oh, all right, you got it. Ooh. Random thought, but screw Violet for nerfing my boy Inteleon. It did? Damn. That's like when they put the protagonist in the sequel series and he's just fucking worse. Ooh, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, never mind. Tekken has the same problem? Yeah. Anbi is his favorite character. Anbi is my favorite ZZZ character, not my favorite character in general. Put Yuji with Josuke and they fold Mahito in 10 seconds. Oh, you know, yeah, Yuji and Josuke would beat the fuck out of Mahito, yeah. You best apologize. Saw Platinum yelling, ooh, after fight over, so peak is. What are your thoughts on Pulchura from ZZZ? Do you want me to talk about her breast? Because I think that's the first thing that happens whenever a Pulchura conversation comes up. Oh. Deku is the perfect pupil. Let me think about that. I don't want to say All Might's a bad teacher because that's not true. But Deku really didn't learn shit until All Might lost his quirk. Oh, I mean, well, until All Might lost 3 embers. This nigga was breaking his body every punch until Gran Torino showed him a fucking microwave. And then he only learned how to use his legs. Because... I don't fucking know. So... I don't know. I don't know if I could call Deku like a super good student. It feels like he has a hard time picking up on things. He's not bad, obviously. Ooh.
Excuse me.
Okay, cool.
Can't miss that.
Oh, this isn't gonna kill. Oh, the regen saved him. Okay, we have to fight Jiren again. Oh, no we don't. No we don't. Oh, that evasive fucking sucks. That evasive actually sucks. That's so unfortunate. Alright, now we aura farm. Now we stand here with our back turns to him. Like a Dark Souls boss, and we wait for him to approach. You can kick, my boy, you can kick. Yeah, I think Deku is a pretty slow learner. Why are you so disgustingly good with Jacko? I used to play him as a meme, but then I kind of got decent with him. Spam the pose. Oh.
Galactic Patrolman, Jacko. Galactic Patrolman,
Remember, guys, he's not
Jacko.
sparking 0 exactly.
Galactic Patrolman, Jacko. Galactic Patrolman, Jacko.
Oh shit, he's right there. I wasn't looking at this. Hello. All right, let's go. We could. I can manage this. This is a manageable scenario for me. Ooh, what was that? That was what's that move called? Trap shooter? Oh, never mind. No, it's not. Jack would be too broken for sparking 0. Yeah. Dude, hydrogen bomb versus hydrogen baby versus coughing bomb. Oh my god. Okay, I see. Jotaro is definitely the quiet one in the friend group of Yuji and Ichigo. Oh, 100%. Yuji and Ichigo would be talking to each other non-fucking stop. Yeah, I think Yuji picks up on things quick. I mean, Jinchuriki is also a shorter story, so obviously. But he does pick up on things kind of quick. I would say, I don't want to say Yuji's biggest fault in his teachings or understandings of cursed energy is his lack of faith. Because it's not that bad, but I think it is his biggest downside, right? Like, yeah, him not having a curse technique for most of the series is fucked up. And it's very unfortunate, because literally everyone has one. But I think his biggest issue is a lack of faith. I'm not saying he gives up, but it's kind of hard for him to understand, like, his place and position in the world and what he needs to do right now. So... Make a Myra preset 5 heads? You're right. You're right. Steedor farming Jacko in 2025 is nasty work. Yeah. Yazzie donates a $2 super chat and says, Steedor rather stream this shit than sparking 0. You're correct. That is 100% correct. You are so right. I would rather stream this than sparking 0. That's just the way it is. Thanks so much for the $2 donation also. I didn't say that. Thanks so much for the $2 donation, Yazzie. He would rather stream this than Wilds and Rivals or Pokemon. Okay, listen. This is new, alright? If this wasn't new, we'd be streaming something else. But because it is new, we're doing this. Which Key Blast do I want to... use? Steel Marsh is just good as fuck. I will not use Steel Mirage. Let's use this. That's still active even if I get hit, right? So that's all that matters. Force Edge is mad good, but I don't like the second part of the move so much. Burning Blast. Okay. How do you feel about Ultron being a support? I mean, they obviously didn't want to make him a DPS because there's too many DPSs in the game. So he ended up just being like that. Yeah, I don't think UG beats any of the Espadas, right? Unless if the anime has an insane fucking moment where UG does something that's like way too damn quick. But even then, I think his attack would be his AP, his attack potency would be too low. I'm sure Gege will drop details when he eventually gets to answering questions about the fights. Oh yeah, 100%, yeah. And then we'll see if anyone asks Gege any power scaling questions, so he can say, Sukuna's also Mark 10, actually. And then My Hero and JJK fans have to stop fighting because their goats are both the same speed. They should have made Bro DPS and called it a day. Potentially, potentially. But maybe Ultron could be seen more as a utility unit. He can heal. Like, he's a DPS that can heal his teams. That's it. Maybe that's the most I can cope out of that. Oh. Oh. Sorry, I'm just not deciding on which move I'm gonna put on the final slot. Fuck. Why is it so damn hard? Guys, did you hear what Steve said? He said it was so damn hard. Could All For One steal cast energy? Nope. Quirks are a genetic thing. All For One is taking... He literally just has the ability to just steal it from people's bodies on a genetic basis. And I think the reason why One For All is so hard to take, other than the fact that, you know, it's being built to resist him, is the fact that it's less... I don't want to say it's not genetic at all, but it feels like it's more based on the soul, which is another reason why it's probably so hard for him to take it. Because he couldn't take it for the longest time, right? Like, it was actually physically hard to retrieve it. Total Destination Ball, that is a good move. That is a very good move. You know, yeah, Total Destination Ball is just an all-round great super. It evades attacks and it does damage. That's the one. I'll definitely change it later because I want something that fits Myra more. Total Destination Ball is something I'd put on Zam. But, yeah. That's just a good move, so I will put that on. And our transformation should be... Man, being a female Saiyan is fucking hell. I'm going to say Blue Evolved. I'm going to say Blue Evolved. All For One is purely physical and genetic, whereas One For All is more spiritual. Yeah. So, I don't think All For One would be able to take... They deleted so many of my presets. Look at this. It's like an elephant graveyard. When did I ever equip this? Okay. Where's the Bikini Myra video? Never. It's not happening. Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 3, my biggest issue with Super Saiyan 3 is you get ki at a laughably slow rate, and I kind of need it. Like, I do need to have ki. So. Oh, yeah, I do have Myra's old hair back, yeah. But, yeah, I don't think All For One would be able to steal cursed energy. Because, it's energy. How long is All For One lasting against the X-Men? Probably not long at all. His breathing respirator thing is definitely made of some sort of metal. Wait, Magneto isn't usually part of the X-Men, right? Well, whatever, I'm including him anyways. Oh, it's Twilight. Alright, time to... Oh, I can't do anything here, never mind. All right, let's go in. You know, we'll make this match the last match of the stream. Burning J, thanks so much for the $10 donation. What do you mean never? You did the Myra bikini video already, so why not another one? Okay, fine, I'll make another one at some point, Burning J. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Oh my god. Steed is mine? Nah. I'll get you first. Yeah, but I guess I'll make another bikini Myra video. Ain't no harm in that. Steve, but what if he has energy draining top drain cursed? What if he has an energy drain quirk to drain cursed energy? I mean, the issue draining cursed energy as well is that cursed energy isn't like. I think Yuji explains it best when he's fighting Yuta. JJK characters, especially any character that's not like trash tier, when they make cursed energy go throughout their body, they only activate it literally when they're doing something. So if he was passively draining cursed energy, he would drain some of it, but he would be taking attacks that he can't actually take. Like, remember, All For One's base body either has no regeneration or very weak regeneration, since we don't really see him heal ever. So I'm not saying, I hate calling my hero a low durability verse, because there are some instances where the characters do like impressive stuff, or like take attacks that are kind of insane, but then you see them always get like majorly wounded by bullets or be threatened by bullets or have to dodge bullets, etc, right? So wait a minute, where's Twilight? Oh, Twilight's on my team, never mind. I'm stupid as hell. Okay, we're on the same team, Twilight. Lucky. Okay, all right. Okay, that will go off when I need it to. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. That Death Beam 2 combo. Ah! This is mindless. This is so mindless. Okay. Death Beam is... Oh, I'm gonna get stamina broken here. Yeah. Death Beam. Made a mistake on that. Boom. Okay. Ooh, okay. Goku slacked on his training has My Hero level durability. That's true. Yeah, Goku when he's not training has My Hero durability. That's how my gun goes. Ugh. Whatever, it's fine. Alright. Okay. I don't know why we didn't put crossplay in Sparking Zero. They got tired, I guess. I should have used Blue Evolved in that fight. That Gloria cosplay looks cringe. Oh my god. I only looked at his eyes just now. Oh my god. MHA durability is hard because of movie scaling. Deku can literally get holes in his body and keep fighting, but Chakra loses to a knife wound. Yeah, man. I think the movies are the My Hero characters at peak, but let's be real. Any anime movies, the characters at peak. No, like, Goku when he one-shots Broly in the first movie is stronger than Goku ever gets in Dragon Ball Z. Like, the actual show. Super Saiyan 1 Goku versus Z Broly in the first movie is stronger than he ever gets in the fucking anime, in Super Saiyan 3. So, movies always have absurd scaling. It's why I say if JJK got filler movies, the characters would also be doing stupid shit. You would see, like, FTL fucking Megumi. It's Glorio? No, it's Glory Hall, I'm pretty sure. Where is Decay? Oh shit, that did not work. Okay. Problem is MHA movies. Yeah, the MHA movies are canon. That's the issue with the feats in them. Because you'll get weird shit like okay, wait. Let me think of one. Okay. 9. 9 is a good example. 9 is a canon villain, right? And he's so strong, it takes two All Mights to beat him, basically. It takes 2 100% one-for-all quirk users to beat him. He's literally the strongest character in the series. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who else do you think would take 2 All Mights to beat? Who else takes 2 All Mights to beat? Keep in mind, he doesn't have regeneration. He's not like Shigaraki where he has durability quirks and Primal Might level strength and regeneration. He's just that guy on his own. He's just that guy on his own. He could beat Fleckturn as well, because let's be real, if he's got the strength of 100% All Might, he could overwhelm Fleckturn's quirk as well. 9 is just that fucking guy. He's just that fucking OP. Dark Might, by comparison, I think is the weakest movie villain. Because even Wolfram still need... I don't know if Deku used 100% on Wolfram or not, but it took the team up of at least Deku and All Might to beat Wolfram. So actually, I don't know who's stronger, Wolfram or Dark Might, but Dark Might's weaker than the other two. Dark Might is 100% weaker than Fleckturn and 9. 9 would literally just pick him up and just drop him like a baby, and that's all it would take to kill him. I don't know how Bakugo survived his heart exploding. Bakugo endurance feat, I don't fucking know. Bakugo, to be honest, it's Bakugo glazing. Bakugo is definitely Horikoshi's favorite character. He'd be doing that man way too many suck jobs under the cover. Because Ochako will get stabbed by a knife and go, yep, I can't do this anymore. Todoroki cannot resist his own temperature unless if he specifically trains for it. Bakugo can survive his heart being pierced and exploding. Fuck you, figure it out. He doesn't even die from shock. Like, think about that. He didn't even go out through shock of that happening. Oh, I have streamed for 2 hours. You're right. I can quit, but I like ranting about random shit. Dark Might is the second strongest, but he also had amps via quirk enhancements from the main girl. See, the reason why I don't want to say he's the second strongest, even though the animation is very good for when they're beating his ass and when he's fighting them, right? Deku never goes 100% when he fights that nigga. Am I wrong? None of the same glows that are present every other time he's gone 100% show up when he fights him. All he does is the same kicks with black whips to boost his movement speed. No danger sense, no gear shift. He doesn't even get close to like... He doesn't even do like fake 100%. Like when he does like Carnage Suit Deku and shit like that. I keep calling it Carnage Deku, but that's how he looks. So correct me if I'm wrong. There was none of this of the same... He doesn't even have the... You know his hair goes bright green when he goes 100%? His hair didn't even glow bright green. That's 40% Deku. 40% Deku, or Deku, basically Deku's full power, unless if he uses all of his quirks at the same time. Alongside 100%. That's Deku's full power if he doesn't, like, go over his limit. And it was enough to beat Dark Might. Like, Dark Might's strongest form just gets, like, nope, sorry, bye. Get bitched by fucking base Deku. Bakugo has the worst feats ever, yet he always survives throughout the whole series. I mean, okay, movie Bakugo made like a tornado out of explosions in the movie with Fleckturn, which is fucking insane. Because explosions last a moment. So making a tornado out of them is fucking ape shit. That's actually broken as fuck. But he'll never do that when he's fighting Shigaraki in the anime. Why? Go fuck yourself. I think making the movies canon is a major issue because you don't have to make movies canon to still make movies mean a lot to the series. Again, look at Dragon Ball. People's favorite characters like Broly and Cooler only exist in movies that are not canon. And people still love them. They didn't have to make the movies canon. People would still loved the characters that showed up. They would have still loved the stories. They would have still loved the events. And they would have understood why it couldn't be canon. You know? Because in the movies, they're way stronger than they are in the anime by a long shot. To the point where you would have to... But that's the thing. The anime is following the manga to its beat. They're not even making Shigaraki like look stronger by doing anime glazing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the issue. Stars and Stripes versus... Oh, Stars and Stripes would get fucking murdered by the movie. Okay, Wolfram gets a fruit that turns into a raisin. All right? That happens to Wolfram. Everyone else, I think, beats her ass senseless. Everyone else beats her ass senseless. I'm Stars and Stripes, and if you move a centimeter, your heart's gonna stop. And 9 goes, oh shit, that's okay. My durability is fucking apeshit anyways. I'll just kill you before I can kill you before my heart needs to beat again. I think I can manage that. Oh shit. His weather manipulation quirk is mad OP. He looks like I have to free up his heart just so I could stop the weather, since I only ever keep super strength. If she just let go of the super strength for 1 fucking second, so she could have 2 rules active on the enemy at the same time, that would be so Kino. But no. So I'm going to use one of my rules to stop the weather manipulation. And then 9 goes, oh, finally my heart can beat again. Okay, now that I have my full power again, I'm just going to speed blitz you and you're just going to turn into fucking dust. You want to know why? Because it takes 200% to catch me lacking. And last time I checked, you ain't even 100%. So, goodbye, fraud. Flex turn. I'm going to use my... You know, Stars and Stripes might actually work on his quirk. I'm not sure. Does Stars and Stripes work on other quirks or just on things in reality? Because if it only works on things in reality, then it wouldn't work on Flex turn. But if it works on other quirks, then she would beat his ass, I think. No. No, she wouldn't beat his ass, actually. She wouldn't. Because even when Deku gets through Flex fake infinity, he still goes actually 100%. Remember, it's actually 100% Deku. He has the same lighting of his hair. He has the same energy veins glowing throughout his body. The same, like, you know, he gets the Super Saiyan glow, that his body just glows. He gets all the same glowing effects. And he physically makes contact with this nigga. And it still takes a combo to beat him. So he has so much HP, Stars and Stripes literally couldn't beat him. Even if Stars and Stripes' ability was like, oh, use the rule to turn off his quirk. Bitch, you can't even dream of doing the amount of damage it'll take to take this nigga down. So she couldn't beat him either. Let's see. What else? Darkmite? Could she beat Darkmite? I think Darkmite is very versatile the way he uses it. He has insane versatility with his ability. And we're going to use just Darkmite at his strongest because, let's be real, if we use Darkmite without getting the amps from the other girl, he would just be like a fodder villain. But the amps he does get from his hostage, I think we should include that as part of his strength. It'd be like saying, oh, what if 9 without All For One's ability? That's fucking stupid. We're just talking about a character that doesn't exist, man. Because we don't know what 9 was like before that. So, yeah.
Oh, that does it.
Let's see. Hot take, false SSJ looks cooler than SSJ. That's a very hot take. And I cannot agree with you. I'm very sorry. 100% movie 2 Deku is weaker than second War Arc 45%. Is that stated anywhere? I know Deku is stronger than All Might. Well, not stronger than All Might. Isn't One For All only stronger because it gets stronger from user to user, not that you can actually train the quirk itself? I could have sworn, because then I feel like All Might would also have been just growing stronger endlessly as well, since he was actively fighting every day, especially with chasing down All For One. I thought the quirk got stronger between transfers, not over time, because then I feel like All Might should have murdered All For One ages ago. And when I mean murdered, I mean like no diff. Because my hero takes place over the course of a year. That's plenty of time for All Might to go from wherever the fuck Deku was at the start of the series to wherever the fuck he is at the end of the series. 45% can mess with Shiggy, and Shiggy's as strong as Prime All Might. Yeah, but the issue of Shiggy being as strong as Prime All Might is that Prime All Might Shigaraki cannot hit characters who are slower than Prime All Might. And then also, he takes damage from characters who are way weaker than Prime All Might. And then he also doesn't deal attack that's equivalent to Prime All Might's attack damage either. So it's just a giant fucking mess. You know? And it's I always say this, my hero is so hard to scale because Horikoshi's really inconsistent with the power. I miss when Super Saiyan 1's hair was a paler yellow. I do miss that too. Decay is definitely OP as fuck, yeah, but we're talking about Shigaraki's like stats, just raw stats here. I would say if a character can damage him, could do damage to Prime All Might. No, I mean that's fair, but then that makes everyone who's weaker than Prime All Might sound like fucking tissue. You know? And I think it's absurd to make everyone else with durability less than Shigaraki just a toilet paper victim, you know? I don't want to say the rest of the verse is weaker just to say that everyone has really high AP. Like, okay, the rest of the verse has really high AP, but then the rest of the verse has really low durability. I mean, I guess that would make it. I guess that no, that's justified, right? Because Stain and Toga use knives and they can fight the strongest people in the verse. So I guess it is just a low durability verse, and the knives just have absurd broken AP. Clearly, Toga got her hands on fucking adamantium, and she carved them into the shape of a knife. And the same with Stain too, obviously. Did you just move me from the middle? No. Deku's peak 1-4 mastery is 45%, but fake 100% allows him to basically cheat his way to peak performance. Yeah, but even when he uses that level of power, doesn't he still massively struggle against Shiggy? And Shiggy is just still using the same primal might strength? Like, I remember him commenting losing to Shiggy, and I thought that was fucking insane, because he should be stronger than that nigga. He really should be stronger than Shigaraki, but even whether he's going 45% or fake 100%, he's always talking about how he's on the back foot and he can only slightly edge it out by trading blows, so long as he sends like one for all progressively into Shigaraki's soul to beat him. Like Deku genuinely thinks he will not beat him in an actual drawn out fight, which is insane. Door knives are deadly too if they're determined enough. I thought you were going to say door knives are deadly too if you hit the right place. I was going to say, sure. But no, you said determined. The weapons that were made in My Hero must have been forged by Asgardian warlords. They had to have been. The better question is, what the fuck did that doctor feed Shiggy? Sprite Cranberry, I think. After surviving 10 doses of McDonald's Sprite every day, Shigaraki's body began to change. It became better than any human being body ever. The doctors looked at his cells and they said it wasn't even DNA, it was USA. It was something greater than what any human being has ever seen before in their life. Damn, they're edging and blowing together. When can I join? Oh yeah, I have to end the stream. You guys are losing it. Shiggy had to listen to thick of it and anxiety and you got stronger from it, yeah. Oh my god. See, genuine question. If you made a manga, what would you make the MC's ability? I have no fucking idea. If I made a manga, I'll be real. Shonen Jump would firebomb my house to no end because I would never meet any of the deadlines. Ever. Being a mangaka is fucking hard. The only thing I could imagine is like a general plot. And here's the issue though. I bet you most mangakas do have an entire idea how the story is going to go in their heads. But then the editor says, fuck you, buddy. We need this shit to sell. Why don't you write an arc that could interest the kiddies a little bit? And then the series derails so hard that they have to start making shit up as they're going on. I promise you that's what most people... That happens to literally every mangaka. It has to be. There's no way it's anything else. I refuse to believe it's any other way. There's no way. I have a full story in my head. So I'm going to write it for my manga. Okay, it's going well so far. It's going good. And then the editor's like, hey, we noticed your series is doing kind of decent. So you're going to change the parts that people like so we can get more children reading this. So first of all, high school setting. Second of all, love interest. If you don't, you piece of shit, we'll just cancel it or not approve it. Third of all, we need some hype and aura moments right fucking now, so you better produce them. I'm talking about we need Deku punching some giant robots, have him fight Bakugo mad early in the series, make Bakugo super antagonistic so that way Deku has something to fight towards. And you know what? Have Sukuna show up mad early in the series several times over, because if you don't, we'll just cancel JJK. They'll seriously just do that. And you have to, and as a mangaka, it derails your story so hard. There's no way in fuck that Gege was like, yes, Yuji needs to die 9 to 12 chapters into the series. Because now you have to base the rest of JJK off of Yuji's death that happened at the fucking beginning. Now I have to make Sukuna do this weird bullshit with Enchain. Now I have to make all of these other things happen. And I need to make them pay off later. You know? So, being a mangaka would be tough. Even if you had a full plot, it would never matter because there's no way it doesn't get overwritten by, here's an example, the Cell Saga. I have a full idea of how the Cell Saga is going to go. Nope, change it. How about this? Change it. How about change it? How about this? Change it. Now is it okay? Yeah, it's alright. It's pretty good now. Okay, you know I ruined like 90% of the arc just so we could finally settle on Perfect Cell as a design, right? No. The readers love it. Look how iconic the Cell Saga is. We'll be referencing the Cell Saga for ages. Even when we make let's say, for example, Dragon Ball Super will totally still be referencing the Cell Saga. We'll have Frieza come back, we'll have Boo come back, and we'll definitely have Cell come back too. They didn't. The Cell Saga is the worst arc you could tell. It never gets referenced. Nothing from the Cell Saga ever gets reintroduced ever. It's a piece of poo-poo wee-wee shite. Gohan's worst moment, Goku's worst moment, Vegeta's worst moment, Krillin's worst moment, Tien's best moment, which is why it never gets... Tien's Tri-Beam isn't relevant because the Cell Saga isn't fucking relevant. You guys thought Tien was going to come in and do some insane shit in the Tournament of Power. Fuck no. The Cell Saga is hated. Nobody fucking likes it. You like Cell and you like Gohan, but you don't like the saga. Be real with yourself. Please watch it again, I promise you. So, all of the worst moments in the Cell Saga that drag it down, and the best moments in the Cell Saga that puts up, none of those get referenced, because Cell Saga is just shit. You're missing something. The saga is perfect. Okay, I should say, this is my personal opinion. My personal opinion. I'm being serious. My personal opinion. I'm probably the only person who feels like this. I know a lot of people love Cell Saga and they hate the Buu Saga. I'm the other way around. I like the Buu Saga because the Buu Saga, first of all, I feel like has a lot of story beats that are really nice to appreciate. Second of all, a lot of the things that happen in the Buu Saga are still relevant to the future of Dragon Ball when it comes to Super, the movies, or the manga. The Cell Saga doesn't do fucking anything for the rest of the series. Even the Saiyan Saga. Without the Saiyan Saga, you wouldn't have Vegeta. You wouldn't have all this other fucking bullshit. The explanation of Tails, Great Ips, the fucking... All that... The Bloodwave shit even helps GT out in the long run. It gives us Super Saiyan 4. You know, you have to include all of those arcs. But the Cell Saga doesn't do fucking anything. If you remove the Cell Saga from Dragon Ball, the only thing that happens is that Super Saiyan 2 replaces Super Saiyan 3. And while that's less hype, Dragon Ball can still exist in that like world. All that happens is that Super Saiyan 2 replaces Super Saiyan 3. When Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 for the first time, it's him going SSJ 2. So, yeah. I feel like that's the only thing that would change. Yeah, I mean, you could ask, hey, where did Kami go? I don't know, fuck that nigga. He stopped being relevant anyways. That nigga was not relevant anymore anyways. Goku never died. Exactly. Goku never died.
I am an ally of justice.
Why can't we have a sleep-deprived office worker as an MC? Oh my god. Why is he donated $2 super chats? Holy rage bait, bro. Red L take from the goat. Hey, that's valid. That's valid. If you disagree with me, that's okay. We're all entitled to our own opinions. It makes us who we are. I don't like the Cell Saga. You like the Cell Saga. We all have our own favorite things, you know? I might like pasta. You might not like pasta. You know? It's fine. It wasn't rage bait, bro. I'm being genuine. I'm not trying to rage bait. I'm being genuine. That's how I actually feel, bro. That's how I actually feel. Okay. It seems Twilight got tired. Oh, I'm so sorry, Twilight. But yeah, let me end the stream. I've been going on for long enough. Now, the Garlic Junior Saga is top. Steve's beginning of series Yuji is actually stronger than beginning of the series Chad. Wait, Chad? Oh, Yuji at the start of the series is stronger than Chad. Well, yeah, Chad was a normal nigga at the start of the series, right? He didn't really know too much about all the Shinigami shit. I know he was like kind of perceptive, but that's it. This isn't rage bait. I've seen streams from 2 years ago of this man ranting about the Cell Saga. Look, it's genuine. I'm like Funny Valentine. All of my actions were unclouded that are not genuine. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to rage bait. I'm not trying to grift. I'm just genuinely a moron.
Yes?
I think Dragon Ball personally has no worst arc. I think it all depends on what you take away from each arc. I guess that's valid, sure. That's an okay... I think that's an alright opinion to have. Okay, how about this? Resurrection F, is that the worst arc? I would say Resurrection F is worse than the Cell Saga. There's no way... I think I'd be very disingenuous to say Cell Saga is worse than Resurrection F. They also donated $2 super chat. Do I get a 1v1 final pocket run? Oh my god. Okay, we'll do 1v1 to end the stream. I'm only doing it for Twilight because I've known Twilight like since I've started like Xenoverse. Built to Suffer donated $2 super chat saying, "Who let bro cook?" Hey, look here, look, listen. Look here, look, listen. That's just how I feel about the Cell Saga, okay? Although my favorite saga is the Frieza saga, so it's really hard to criticize because it's most people's favorite and there's very little flaws in it. So when my favorite saga is the one that's the hardest to critique, therefore no one can question its peakness status, because everyone will just go, you're public enemy number one now because you don't agree with the thing that everyone agrees is the best. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Do Saint Saga fans exist? I think Saint Saga fans exist. It's just that everyone usually sees the Saint Saga as a prequel to the Frieza saga. Also, the Saint Saga does have the least Dragon Ball Z energy, if that makes sense. Dragon Ball Z is shaped by by everything that happened in the Frieza saga and forward. If the Frieza saga events don't happen, then Dragon Ball Z doesn't become as popular. So I'm not saying Saint Saga sucks. It's just way less Dragon Ball Z than the rest of Dragon Ball Z. Oh yeah, but Goku versus Vegeta is still a peak Dragon Ball fight though. I ran out of juice. Awesome. Okay. Oh, I should eat something after this. Fuck, I'm starving. Fuck. Saint Saga is a prelude to the Frieza saga and the ending to Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. Okay. Literally, Yamcha's death pose is in the Saint Saga, the most overused. Oh, yeah. Yamcha's death pose is one of the most iconic jokes in all of media. I totally forgot about that. My bad. Rank all sagas in series right now. Fuck. Wow. Okay, put me on the spot. Dragon Ball Z number 1, OG Dragon Ball number 2. I guess I should include GT. Dragon Ball Z number 1, OG Dragon Ball number 2, and I'm gonna put GT and Super in 3. I'm not gonna say one is better than the other because I haven't rewatched GT in ages, and I remember as a kid there were some parts of GT that were so bad that even when I was a kid with no critical thinking skills, I was just sitting there going, "This shit fucking sucks," and I was actually angry. So there were some parts of GT that were that ass. Oh, all right, I need to lock in. I'll rank the sagas at the end of this fight. Okay. Who does that? Who does that? I kind of wanted to follow up into an ultimate, but don't look, feel. Oh shit, okay. I feel you, baby. You are very patient. You are too patient for your own good. Yes! That's why I love Temporal Hurley Ray. People, it's a fire and forget move. You just fire it and forget it. I'm so sorry, Twilight. You know, I got my shoe. I got sorbet on deck. Boom, with that ring laser. Why did that backshot me? I feel bad for Yamcha fans. A cool character is used to a joke. Yeah, that's actually tragic. At least the current joke is Vegeta goons for his wife or something. Whereas Daima? Oh shit. Okay. Fuck. Let me include Daima. Hold up. Okay. We did our 1v1 Twilight. I'm very glad I got to play with you again. Maybe we'll play with each other, hopefully more in future. I'm just a lazy bum and I never keep track of anything. I'm so sorry. It's always great to play with you. Salute. Yeah. Okay, let me rank the series. Dragon Ball Z number 1. OG Dragon Ball number 2. I'm going to put Daima above Super and GT. Maybe if I rewatch Daima, I'll disagree. But Daima in number 3. And then Super and GT, they share 4th place. As for arcs, what do I think is the best arc? From best to worst. I don't want to just start by saying Frieza Saga the best, because that's too obvious. I want to actually think about it a bit. in OG Dragon Ball, I think I'll be dead honest. I think the Red Ribbon Army arc in OG Dragon Ball is the best Dragon Ball arc, like, maybe, period. Frieza Saga has moments that even I'm like, okay, nigga. But the Red Ribbon Army arc is... It's action-packed the entire way. It's full of a ton of really good Goku character moments. The adventure is super fun. Goku fights his first super mega hard enemy with Tao. Like, Roshi's not an enemy. Roshi was an obstacle he wanted to overcome, but not an enemy. Tao was his first actual major, like, threat. The training of Korin was still fun, and it gave Goku one of the most iconic abilities, which is After Image. I'm pretty sure that's where he learns After Image proper. No, he was using After Image before that. Korin just used a higher level of After Image. And it pays off really well, because the whole Red Ribbon Army arc is almost a filler arc for Goku as a person. Goku is just trying to find the 4-star Dragon Ball only. That's the only one he's looking for, because it's the one of his grandpa. And he runs into the Red Ribbon Army. He sees them destroy and tear down people's lives, destroy societies in place. The Red Ribbon Army at first is just like, it's just a monkey kid. Who the fuck cares? And then they see how strong he is. And even they're like, wait, hold up. This guy, his fighting is kind of fire? Who is this man? They don't know, because he's some bum who lives on mountains. And he came from outer space, in hindsight, right? So they can't, like, target his loved ones or his family. That doesn't exist. They just try and take him down while he goes to the areas. But then it gets serious, because Tao Pai Pai kills an innocent person's father, just trying to get a Dragon Ball. And Goku feels like he's to blame for that. So he's like, never mind. I will get all the Dragon Balls, and I wish for your dad back. But I need to become stronger first, obviously. He trains with Korin. The training arc is peak. Goku humbling Tao. Oh my goodness. I honestly think him humbling Tao is on the same level as humbling Frieza. It's on the same level. Because Frieza got to do way more evil, which is why him getting humbled is great. But Tao, for the short time he was around, his evil was fucking dastardly. So I like seeing Tao get humbled. He got humbled really good. And I think it pays off really well, because at the very end of the arc, you have supervillains like General Blue who get their comeuppance as well. I think that makes it really good. But at the end of the arc, where Goku needs to get the last Dragon Ball, it's in the Red Ribbon base. Goku crashing out on the Red Ribbon base is peak fucking fiction. Goku tells the rest of his friends he's going to the Red Ribbon base anyways. Because he wants to get the Dragon Ball there and stuff. And they're like, oh shit, we shouldn't leave Goku alone. We should go as well. But Goku gets on Nimbus. He booms all the way to the Red Ribbon base. They're firing missiles at him. They're like, what the fuck is that fast object? Something's coming in real hot. He just lands down like a fucking Viltrumite and just tears that shit up. You won't ever see Goku do anything like that probably ever again. You'll never see Goku just go fucking apeshit on random people like that. He just touches down, sees a bunch of soldiers and goes, you guys are all fucking evil, so I really don't care what happens to you. And he goes fucking apeshit. It's so satisfying to see Goku actually just lose it. No Great Ape, no like, I'm holding it back because I'm a Super Saiyan and I'm good inside. He's just killing niggas. Niggas are dying in his base. And I'm not saying I love seeing Goku kill people. It's just a rare sight to see. And it's justified because they are all like actually like peak evil. They are actually peak evil. And the crash out is more justified because the Red Ribbon Army's goal with the Dragon Balls is... Okay, hey, a lot of you don't know OG Dragon Ball. Well, let me tell you a secret. Frieza's wish from DBS Broly comes from Commander Red's wish in OG Dragon Ball. It's the exact same wish. It's a reference to that. So that's the wish. The wish that tears down civilizations, destroys the natural habitat, kills boundless species, makes species go extinct, terrorizes nations, kills innocent people's fathers, is so a nigga can be slightly taller. That pisses off a nigga to no end that he has no choice but to kill everyone he sees. Why would you not lose your shit if you heard that? Yeah, Goku's body count in OG Dragon Ball just from the Red Ribbon Army is fucking crazy. Red Ribbon Army arc is the Crasher arc. Goku beats up so many people, but when he gets to the base itself, that's when it's peak. Also, I think the twist with Black and Red is really fucking good. Like, Black has been like a dick rider the whole time for Red. It's like, yeah, I service and salute all of Red's decisions. And he basically just does his best for Red, right? He wants to see the Red Ribbon Army take over the world. Just to find out that, no, the wish is to get slightly taller. And he's like, wait a minute. That's it? That's the wish the whole time? To get slightly taller? And Red is like, he's being serious. He's like, you wouldn't understand. You're just a brainless lackey. Blah, 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 this, blah, blah, blah. You've served you've already put your whole life into this, so you'll do what I say anyways. The Rebel Army will succeed. Who am I to not get my way? He's like, just insulting Black the whole time, and Black is just straight-faced like, he's serious. Red is just speaking his heart out, going, blah, 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 blah. And Black just takes out his gun and shoots him in the head. And he just goes, you're a fucking idiot. I'm taking over. And then Goku obviously beats Black. If Black was actually the Rebel Army, they would have won. Because he would have got shit moving. He would have got shit moving. It's so satisfying, and it actually shocked me when I rewatched it as an adult. Seeing Black just, in the middle of Red talking, he just goes... He wasn't even holding a gun. He just takes it out and just shoots him. And he goes, you're a fucking moron. I can't believe I wasted so many men's lives. So many people and their years of service went to your height insecurity. Fuck you, nigga. I'm gonna make the Red Ribbon Army world domination thing work. And I think the arc is just fire for that alone. It's way too fire for just that alone. Built stuff, thanks so much for the $2 donation. That's not Goku, that's a Kakarot joke. Oh yeah, of course. Steve, the biggest hype man of OG Dragon Ball. I love OG Dragon Ball. I think it's really good. The first arc is really short too. So in case if you're watching OG Dragon Ball and you're like, oh, I don't really think it's that great. It's really short. Most of the arc is spent introducing characters like Yamcha, Oolong, Bulma, Pilaf Gang, all these other things. I still think it's really great. How do you think New Gen MCs Deku, Itadori, Denji would react to the Red Ribbon Army's goals? I think the New Gen MCs would definitely struggle more than Goku, just because Goku has the ability to travel across the world. I think they can all beat the Red Ribbon Army, and they probably all agree with Goku as well, but they just don't have the ability to travel around the world that quick. Like, Yuji can't fly or anything. Denji can't fly. Deku can float, but we saw Deku try to make it from an island to the mainland of Japan. He would not be able to do it. Deku's the only one who can fly, but he wouldn't be fast enough. Why is he donated to $2 which says, does our goat like Invincible, comic or show? I like both, but I did finish reading the comics. When the season 1 of the show ended, I started reading the comics. I'm gonna be honest, I deadass forgot most of the things that happened in the comics. I think I was speed reading it, I won't even lie. But I ended up, I still liked the comics. When I speed read the comics, I still liked it. When I went back to reread them again properly, I remember I still liked it. So, yeah. There are some, I think this show does objectively better with a lot of... Debbie in the comics is kind of bad. Not bad, but she's not as good. Debbie in the show is really fucking good. It makes the comic Debbie look bad. So that's how I'm going to phrase it. I don't think comic Debbie's bad, but the Debbie in the show is so good it makes the comic one look bad. Do I agree with Solo Leveling winning anime of the year? I honestly don't, but I think it's easy to say that the most popular anime is stuff like Dragon Ball Z. Anime has always been rooted in its action shonen focus, and something like Frieren is not going to hold a candle to the new generation of a new level of aura farming, right? I think Frieren is... I haven't finished Frieren. I think Frieren's probably definitely the better show, but shonen action fight, big action fight, animation good, high stakes. That's always going to rope people. And especially because the Solo Leveling anime is different from the webcomic. Song Jin-woo actually struggles in the anime. In the webcomic, here's a good example. Oh, God, I'm going on a rant. In the webcomic, he beats Beru with no difficulty. In the anime, he actually struggles a few times in that fight. And even his defeat of Baran is way less satisfying in the webcomic. In the anime, it's super fucking satisfying. Because Baran is objectively stronger than him at that point. He just gets really lucky and has a good support with the demon girl who throws the thing in to distract Baran for a bit. In the anime, it actually feels like he barely won that fight. But in the webcomic, everything just feels so like he low diffs everything. So I do think the Solo Leveling anime, I'm going to be honest, I think Solo Leveling is a good anime. It's a bad manhwa, or even just a decent average manhwa, but I think it's an actually good anime. I don't know if I would say it's better than Frieren, though. I haven't finished Frieren again, but I really do like Frieren. I think it's fucking amazing. Bardock versus Omni-Man. I think Omni-Man wins, but if Bardock has Super Saiyan, Bardock should win. Steve ain't letting us forget Deku in the islands. I can't let people forget. Anytime people try to say Deku's light speed or anything crazy, I have to remind them that it took him a fucking eternity to cross from an island to the mainland of Japan. And he needed stealth bombers to help him, and stealth bombers move slower than the speed of sound, which is a really, 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 really bad look. So I always have to remind peeps. Solo leveling is cookie cutter, power fantasy slop. That's a very fair way to see it as well. That's an extremely fair way to see it as well. Hold on, let me check something before we end the stream. Actually, Okay, cool. Where were we? Stege's Noma come back stronger? I see. Travel speed doesn't mean combat speed. Well, I don't even know how fast Deku's combat speed is supposed to be. Because even when Horikoshi responds to the All Might thing, that's All Might's top speed. That's just how fast All Might can move in general. Which would also mean how fast he would be able to throw out a punch or a kick. I feel like if All Might was definitely throwing out these F-tier punches, they would have way more of an effect on the atmosphere, but Mark 10 sounds appropriate for how he changes the scenario around him. When you consider the amount of, obviously, kinetic force into his powers, and the speed of him throwing out the punches, blah, 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 blah. And the direct statement, I'm pretty sure the direct statement is how fast All Might's move. All Might just moves, not run, not how fast he walks. It's how fast he moves in general. Which would also mean how fast he could punch. And then, yeah, All Might, I hate that All Might is, like, the strongest character in the series still. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like, Shigaraki just using All Might's stats is a fucking major threat. Shigaraki doesn't even have to use any of his quirks. He could just use regen and All Might strength and he's good to go. The nigga doesn't even have to decay shit. So, yeah. Deku's reaction speed is good. I mean, I think Deku's reaction speed is pretty decent, because you have to remember it's being boosted. No, here's the thing. Danger Sense sucks. Actually, Danger Sense sucks so bad, I'm not going to say that it does anything for Deku. I think Deku just reacted to that. Danger Sense is so inconsistent, it's actually unhelpful. Like, Danger Sense is only good if you're having a 1v1 in an open field, and there's no one else around, and there's no objects around. Toga is faster than Deku. Yeah, Deku can't speed blitz Toga, which is a really bad look for speed. Because it doesn't matter what travel speed or combat speed is. You should be able to easily, like, arm wrestle this, like, 12-year-olds to the ground. And just win. Then you don't have to deal with an army of twices. You know? There's literally no justification for that. There's actually no you can't even say, oh, it would take up too much time. I promise you Deku beating Toga definitely takes him at most 4 seconds. At most 4 seconds. Definitely at most 4 seconds. It's unreasonable to say it will take anything longer than that. YZ said MHA power scaling is worse than DBZ and JJK. Oh, 100%, yeah. MHA fans for the longest time were saying Deku's massively faster than Light. You even get people saying shit like he's fucking planetary and shit, which is nonsense. The issue with DBZ scaling is that DBZ characters are usually stronger than most people actually believe they are. And JJK scaling, I feel like, is very tame. It's usually just people only scaling Sukuna and Gojo. Sukuna, Gojo, sometimes Yuta, because Yuta is the glazed one. Danger Sense probably wouldn't even work on Super Ghost Kamikaze. Maybe. We need to use My Hero Ultra Rumble to scale the characters. You're right. Kaminari can be All Might. And the only way Kaminari would be able to do that is if he was actually the speed of lightning. Which would put him at Mark 300,000, which means he solos the verse. But Ida can also be All Might in that game, which means Ida's just faster than All Might. Ida's best feat goes from Mark 2 to Mark 10. But yeah, I don't know. again, I don't really like talking about MHA scaling because it is super inconsistent. You have the ocean thing, but then you have Deku can speed blitz and his combat speed is faster than his travel speed. And if that's the case, why didn't he just fuck up Toga, which is just inexcusable? It's literally inexcusable. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't. Let's talk. Let's end the stream. We've rambled on long enough. I think maybe I want to say the only consistent feat with my hero has to be the attack potency, but if I reread it, I'll probably find some things that are slightly inconsistent. So long as no one goes from tanking a one-for-all punch to suddenly being majorly injured by a fucking toga knife, I'll be good. But yeah. Very cool, Steve. The rambling one, it's true. We're telling you, Steve, full chat streams. Alright, chat, I'm gonna end the stream. Okay, look. Hey, wait. For real this time, okay? You can say the inconsistencies are on purpose, like superhero comics. That's a valid point. Maybe Horikoshi is too inspired by comics. That's very valid. I'll accept that. He could be too inspired by comics. One comic issue, Spider-Man could be going, oh man, how am I gonna beat the Green Goblin? And then the next comic issue, he'll just tag Electro while Electro's transitioning into lightning form. If I hit him with a web shooter, for some fucking reason, the web will overpower his lightning. And also, I'm fast enough to react to this and overcome this. But I was just struggling with the Green Goblin last issue. You know, maybe it's comic scaling. Comic scaling where the Spot is a low tier villain. And it took until Spider-Verse for people to go, oh shit, this guy would be super OP if he was used in the modern era. My bad. It took until Spider-Verse for people to realize, wait a minute, yeah, this character is dimensional at the lowest. Yeah. We've established no one in MHA or JJK is anywhere near the speed of light, and the highest speed is Mach 10. Yeah, I don't think any JJK... The closest you can cope is Sukuna doing something about Kashimo's fucking... It was some radio wave bullshit or electromagnetic wave. I don't fucking remember. I don't care. Even then, I don't think that attack is light speed, and I don't think Sukuna's light speed, and I don't even think Sukuna gets hit by it. I think the attack came towards him, and he just charged up and deflected the attack. I think that's what happened. Because it seemed like if the attack hit him, you would see it. You would see the damage on his body. And Kashimo didn't miss. So I think Sukuna just used, like, a key charge to deflect it. I don't think JJK or MHA has the speed of light, until stated otherwise. In JJK, they're at least the lightning speed, because there are characters who fight a lightning timer. And hell, a lot of people probably trained with Kashimo during the preparation for the final fight, so that would help as well. But that's the most I could say. Let's just fucking end the stream. We keep doing this. Let's finalize this. I love you all. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can get stuck in another domain expansion where I yap endlessly and I keep claiming I'll end the stream and I don't. But also hit the bell so that way you can actually stay up to date on the videos coming out, because I have two pretty fine ideas, I think, coming up for you guys. Especially because of the suggestion with the Kamehameha. So these streams are funny as fuck. I'm glad you enjoy them. I feel like I'm just going insane for 2 hours sometimes. Yeah, but you guys stay cool. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm so sorry that I usually just end streams abruptly. We'll find some more stuff to Genshin Yap Shin Impact about in the next stream, alright? We'll do some Genshin where I put you guys in an unskippable dialogue. Oh, by the way, I'm at the end of Fontaine. I'm on the part where you fight the whale. Fontaine is way better than Sumeru. I've heard it's longer, but it didn't even feel longer because it was just better written. I just wanted to say that. The Traveler does kind of suck still, but yeah. All right, that's it. I love you all. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care and peace. Bye bye. Mwah. Mwah.